monetization is off. Why is monetization off? Monetization is on. Save. Am I on? Welcome to live chat. A moment ago. So far behind. Nobody. Fuzzy, if you did, I would like to your EQ settings for my motion boom, but struggle to match the slightest. Would you begin to list the values here? Motion boom. Ooh, motion boom. Thanks, man. Well, that's on Instagram. Instagram. Yeah. Stream. Nothing. Oh, that's interesting. Nothing. The current bit rate is low. My bit rate is too low. Oh, fuck. Stream. Yeah, no, fucking no. Yeah, the stream's current bitrate is 2.7. Always low end. Streaming, how do you increase YouTube bitrate? Increase YouTube live stream bitrate. Open OBS. BS. If you're streaming the live control room, you need to specify your resolution. Where the fuck is it? Oh, people are here. I'm trying to work out because it said I'm gonna post what it's telling me, and you might be able to tell me where I can adjust my bit rate. I can't see it. That's what it's telling me. Hello from Brazil. Hi Alan. What's up, mate? Nothing's up at the moment apart from the fact that I see my bit rate is low and I can't see where I can raise it. Sir, are you still there? Yes, I am. Are noise on Anchor Motion Boom pronounced? No. No, I don't get much. I don't get any noise that I'm aware of on my Motion Boom. Are there any different played from Bluetooth? I haven't tried it on. It doesn't have an auxiliary in on the Motion Boom. I can't try the Motion Boom's auxiliary in. The stream's current rate. Maybe it's just OBS. Is it OBS? I can't. Where can I adjust it on OBS? I don't know. Ignore streaming service setting recommendation. Maximum bit rate. Output. Oh, here we are. 2.5. No, that's not good, is it? No, come on. Oh, it's so. What does it want? It wants 4.5. All right, 4.5. Then I'm going to say save. I can't even save that. Oop, it won't let me save it. Save changes, yeah. Oh, so I don't know. Yeah, what's up? Alan, are you hammered yet? No. Unfortunately, I'm at the stage where I tend to throw up before I'm hammered. Years ago, I would get happy and hammered before I throw up. And now it's a matter, you've got to get your timing right. If you don't get your timing right, you'll throw up before you're completely hammered. Depends on your definition of hammered. My definition would be, you become an observer. So you're within your own head. You're watching yourself do things, and it's like observing what you're doing. But I'm still in control of what I'm doing. I'm not hammered by my own criteria. The bitrate doesn't look off to me. Well, I've just changed it in OBS anyway, and it appears to have improved. Matt Miller, the bitrate doesn't look off. Anyway, quality's good. Well, thank you very much. And thank you very much. How many people are watching here? I don't know. So 8. We had 60 people watching before. I thought that was amazing. And 8 is 8 more than I would expect at any time. So you could stay with me till I get hammered. I don't know if I will get hammered. In fact, I don't even know if I've got enough booze left to get hammered. I'm going to show you how much booze I've got left. I don't think it's enough. So that is not enough. That is not enough to get hammered, is it? That's enough to have say, oh, I feel quite good, but my chief, it was a full bottle when I started. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that live on air. My mum might say it, but hey ho, that's how it is. What are you? What am I? Good question. Hello, Adam B, mate. Have you got nothing else to do? But thank you for watching. You was with me in my earlier stream. Maybe you're getting hammered as well. And I'm running. I don't even know. This is the problem. I don't have enough to get hammered, and I think it was a bit more hammered than I am now in the afternoon. Let's see how it goes. I think anyway. As far as sorting out how the live stream goes, I think I've done it. I've now sorted out me what YouTube is asking as a minimum bit rate. I did have to adjust that in OBS. I'm learning as I go. One thing I didn't understand and you may be able to tell me what's going on. When I go into my main channel, the live stream I did earlier doesn't show on my main channel. I have to actually click where it says live. So if I go onto other people's channel, I can see it says live. So I don't know if there's a setting where I have to say, put this live stream in my main channel. Not that it matters anyway, but hey ho. So, how's it all going? I mean, we've got 13 people watching me, and what are you looking for on the internet? What am I looking for on the internet? That's a leading question. What are you looking for? The cheapest Bluetooth speaker with great sound character, mate? Aren't we all? And we've got the Motion Boom. It's the Motion Boom. Anything under £200 at the moment, the answer is the Motion Boom. Aidan Middleton, hello again. Hello to you. Earfungo. Well, that's their in-ears headphone, isn't it? Isn't that what Olive is apparently tuning? As I said, I don't really. I'm settled on. Listen, I've got a bit of tinnitus. Headphones are not my best friend. I'm pretty settled on where I am with headphones. As I said, I do my mixing on Sennheiser 650s. I have a bunch of portable speakers that I quite like, but I certainly don't use in-ear. In-ear, if you've got a tinnitus or you want to protect your ears, in-ear headphones, not your best friend. Your best friend, if you want to protect your ears, of course, are open back, over the ear, right over your ear, headphones. Otherwise, you're going to do your ears in. If it's not today, if it's not tomorrow, when you're 50, 60, 70, whatever it is, down the road, in-ear earbuds are going to do your ears in. Any thoughts on is there new small JBL flip size? A JBL flip size speaker would be the Flip, surely. But the Flip 5, we know that it's the Charge 4 coming, so I wouldn't imagine there's anything coming in Flip size, which is going to be the Flip 5. Peace be with you, mate, and thank you very much. Peace with you. Motion Boom versus Motion Boom. I've done that. I think I've done 3 videos on it. At the same price. So you're probably asking me if they were the same price. Even if they were the same price, I would go for the Motion Boom because it has the better deep bass. And yeah, even if they were the same price, I would go Motion Boom. Do you think the trend to go fully wireless is healthy? First of all, you make an assumption there. Fully wireless is a trend, is it? In what way is it healthy? I like my Bluetooth speakers, but I want a wired option as well, so that I don't have to stress the battery of my phones. But well, what's it got to do with health? I don't get it. Unless you're reading some conspiracy theory websites. So and I'm all about portable Bluetooth. That's why, at the end of the day, if you're not going portable Bluetooth, you're going to buy a decent hi-fi. They're going to sound way better than a portable Bluetooth speaker all the time. How can the Mini Rig 3 be so loud? Quite easy. They reduce the bass. There's no secret here. You've got an amplifier. It takes more power. 300 hertz and below is the same power as 300 hertz and above. So it takes a lot more amplifier power to drive below 300 hertz. So if you reduce anything below 300 hertz, you can go twice as loud above 300 hertz. There's no secret, and me and Rick are one of the people who do that. They favour loudness over deep bass. They'll give you a bit of a punchy bass, but they favour loudness over deep bass, so you won't get deep bass. Too late to protect my ears. Say what? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, on the US Amazon store, Motion Boom is $85 right now. Look, $200 and below, Motion Boom would be worth the money. So we're not talking if $5 here, $5 there, $200 and below. It's the best speaker you can buy in terms of deep bass. What kind of drinking, by the way, Alan? It's a little bit of whiskey, mate, mixed with some soda. But not enough whiskey left, unfortunately. You've conquered mattresses. No, I didn't. the mattress world do not want to know Alan Ross review. I've mentioned it in before, and I mention it again. Completely disillusioned with mattresses. I thought, I'll come into the mattress world. I can see everybody else is just doing the marketing. They don't want to tell you the specs. I'll do the specs. Oh, and the mattress companies, brilliant, and they'll tell people all about the mattress and what it's really like and compare it, and people know what they want. And it turns out they don't want you to know the specs. They don't want me to compare it to other mattresses. They don't want me to rip the cover off. They don't. I mean, some companies have supported me, have sent me mattresses, but I have to tell you, I have to, apart from Emma, all other companies apart from Emma, I have had to contact myself. And they do not want me, they're not keen on me looking at their mattress and ripping the cover off. And nobody apart from me, I'm aware of, will take the cover off and tell you the specs. They're all marketing. And I know they are signing contracts. And they are saying, yeah, we will agree to a positive review. I have to say, it's disillusioned me. And not that. The worst thing for me, why I've stopped doing mattress reviews, is they're constantly changing their specs. So, I mean, I get a mattress even if I've had to pay for it myself. I do a lot of work, just like I do with the speakers. I measure the firmness level, which is not an easy thing. You think it's easy, but it isn't, because it depends on your weight, how firm it will be to you, blah, 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 blah. I won't go into the details, but... and 3 months down the road, they'll change the specs. Nobody knows. The only way you'll ever find out is because I will get another mattress and test it again. I realise it's changed again. I'm completely disillusioned, and you probably don't want... Thank you kindly, Alan. That's all right. Anyway, where were we? Ever since the AirPods, you probably meant, came out, everyone started to do fully wireless earbuds. Just remember, there's no magic in Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a compressed format. So, once you go wireless, you're losing out in terms of the quality that you could possibly get if you wasn't wireless. Let's not pretend we're ever going to get the perfect Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth is a compressed format. It's certainly not lossless. Hello again, Alan. Well, hello again. I don't know why. Well, I thank you for watching me again. 15 people watching. But hello again to you as well. Yeah, I noticed the anchor boom. Oh, just spelt a bit different. It's only $85 in the United States. That's an all-time low by $5. As I said, if it's less than $200, it's still worth the money. Adam B. I always prefer closed over ear. As I said, open ear are kinder to your ears, of course. It's the sound pressure level, with the air pressure level within the headphone itself, because it always has better sound quality. Well, that's a debate, isn't it? Technically, open Mac should sound a bit more airy. Now has much bigger battery. On what? Because I use it in work or in shop and nobody heard it clearly. My music. Okay, there's a little bit abbreviated. Cool Squad. No, I don't know who you're talking to. I prefer neckbands to true wireless earbuds. Yeah, to be honest, I've never tried one of those neckbands. But in theory, that's could be could be a nice way to go. I may well try one day. Cool Squad, you're right. He said no, and now he says you're right. I don't know who you're talking to. Hi, Alan. Awesome reviews. Well, thank you very much. Got hooked on Anchor Soundcore Motion Plus, like a lot of us did. Any ideas what to hook up to get more bass? The Motion Boom. I don't know what. There's no secret here. I've not hidden it under the table. Get the Motion Boom. It's got amazing bass. 2 Motion Booms will not give you more bass. It will give you the same bass, but it will sound a bit louder. Yes, 2 Motion Booms will give you more punch, but it won't give you deeper bass. Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone. That was the Godfather, wasn't it? But yes, the ideal situation for audio is to have analog. Absolutely. At the end of the day, everything you hear is analog anyway, even if it's started off digital. Bluetooth is nice for convenience sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. A $20 pair of KZ in ear monitors sound way better Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. As I said, I'm not big into my headphones for reasons I think I mentioned. Mostly to do with tinnitus. Having slaughtered my ears for years, I do have a bit of tinnitus. Better quality in-ear headphones. Yeah, you can't beat in-ear headphones, but you also can't beat in-ear headphones if you want to kill your ears, unfortunately. Part of that reason is because there's no airflow. You are creating a sealed environment within your ears. It's going to catch up with you at some point. I'm listening with Soundcore Live for Q30. They are quite good. So you seem to be loving your headphones, but guys, I don't review headphones. Open always has merits and blah blah. Open, yes, I agree with you. And technically on paper, open back should always sound better. Can you connect Motion Plus with Motion Boom? No. Fat Matt, how's it going, mate? Hello, Alan. So the Motion Boom have more bass than the XB33. The Motion Boom, yes, Motion Boom has more deep bass, a volume matched than just about any speaker, comparable speaker. Got to remember, we talk about who's got more bass. Well, at what volume? You got to volume match them, and it's never going to be an exact science because are you going to match the mids, the highs, the bass? I do it in LUFS now. The industry has moved to LUFS, but even that is not a perfect scenario. If you've got a very dynamic track, it's going to slant it, so it's got a lot of highs, but then if you try and match the LUFS, it's going to sound quieter for most of the track. It's very hard to really match them. So the Motion Boom have more bass. What sort of music are you usually playing through your headphone speakers, Alan? I play just about everything. I really do. Every genre I play, and the only thing I do play that I probably don't let on to is I do enjoy my country music, especially old style country music. But I play all genres, to be honest. Even 50s rock and roll I do like. The missus says hello, and I say hello, and I hope all is well with the family. TB Martin, I know you've had issues, and I haven't heard from you for a long time. It's nice to see you back on my channel. The Bose Soundwear is a cool product. Too expensive, but sounds good. I don't know how much it is. I mean, I've seen these products. But I haven't paid that much attention. As I said, I don't have the. I'd love to review everything. I simply don't have the funds all the time. Hi, Alan. AA. Well, hello, mate. Cool squad. The mid-size bass king. The mid-size bass king have lost. Now the Motion Boom now is the king. Motion Boom is the king. Obviously, it's all about budget, but I don't know whichever country you guys are in. Equivalent UK sterling. It's about around 70, 80 pound Motion Boom UK sterling. You'd have to go £200 and above to get something appreciably. Audio has always classically been logarithmic. And that means you have to, for each increment, better sound quality, which of course is subjective, you have to pay that much more. So it's not like I pay £5, it's a bit better. I pay 10 quid, it's a bit. You have £5. The next element may be 20 quid, and then 100 quid. Hi-fi has always been like that. I have the Q30s too, but I don't get why Olive says though. We're just giving opinions at the end of the day. That's Olive's opinion. Olive tends to think his opinion is the only opinion. However, it's his opinion, and it's good to get an honest opinion. I hate Bluetooth headsets. Well, they have their place, don't they? It's fine for speakers, but not for something that sits on your head. I disagree. I mean, it's quite convenient. If you want ultimate quality, you're not going to go Bluetooth. I'd say, but to have a wireless headset, yeah, I find it quite convenient. I have a couple of, which I didn't mention, Bluetooth headset. I got a Bose. I just actually bought the one of the Bose Quiet Comforts with the noise cancelling. I find it quite okay. It's nothing fantastic, but it works okay. Will the JBL Charge play stereo if it has driver and tweeter? Look, I haven't looked at it that close. I mean, I barely have the time to do what I do, let alone what hasn't even come out yet. From what I gather, and I may be wrong, JBL Charge 5 will be stereo. Will it have tweeters? I'm not sure. Do I remember it saying yes? I think they did say it has tweeters, but none of it matters. Do you know? Quite honestly, speakers that have come out with tweeters, that crossover is all important. If that crossover is not implemented well, it can be worse than not having tweeters at all. And probably the last one I thought that was well implemented was the Motion Plus. A lot of the others that have come out, the tweeters might as well not be there. They're almost as they put them there as a marketing element. They have to be properly implemented, of course. Will it? Someone mentioned them up. You can only expect better sound dispersion from what was that? From what? I don't know. Some of you talking to each other. Yeah, we are good. Oh, thanks for asking. Still the mum stuff. Yeah, we've all got family issues. That's just life, unfortunately. Sending the Emma mattress back. I'm sorry about that. Got to hide and sleep. I don't know what. I think the return policy on that is not great. Is it a 30-day return policy? Raspberry hybrid coming Friday. Wish me luck. I wish you luck. But the thing I don't seem to get over enough is trying to get the right mattress. It's so hit and miss, guys. Get a mattress a little bit firmer than you want, and then fine tune with a topper. I spent a long time trying to get it right. I learnt it's about getting at the top. It's all about that comfort layer. Most mattresses will provide decent support layers. It's getting the comfort layer. All right, it's that bit. It's not the bit that actually holds your body up. It's the bit that you like. Oh, that feels nice, and it contours around your body. And that's really about what you're going to get from a topper. I found that much easier to fine tune my mattress. What area of London are you from? Why? I'm just wondering if you're going to get... All right, I'm in North London. Fair enough. Why did you get into the reviewing thing? I said, I'm not a reviewer. I'm a geezer that's measuring speakers because I didn't think anybody else out there was doing it. 10,000 subscribers, that's huge. Still a small channel. I don't think I'm a reviewer. What does it even mean to be a reviewer? We're all giving opinions. So I don't even know what it means if you're a reviewer. It means you're setting yourself up to say, I know what I'm talking about and what I say goes. Well, I don't think that way at all. I'm giving my opinion. That really is the bottom line. Amy. Don't get that many girls on here. Send it. Oh, it was the mattress. What area of London? Why did you get into the area? What is your... Wait, I've lost the plot. It isn't. Why did you get into reviewing things? I'm not a reviewer. What is your favourite smartphone? Again, I'm not big on the phones. I've always had a Samsung, to be honest, and I can't even say I'm a Samsung fan. It's just once you get used to something and that's it. So I've got a Samsung S10. I'll probably get the 20 or wait for the next one after that. I certainly am Android rather than Apple. I've never been an Apple fan. The way, getting locked into their ecosystem. I was never a fan of that. So what is your favourite smartphone? I thought Bluetooth headphones were pants until I got a good pair and they sound as good as what? Yeah, and it's not. Look, ultimately, they can't produce what a wired system can produce because it's a compressed and lossy format. But at the end of the day, if they get the frequency, if they get everything right, and depending on the tracks you're playing, unless you're playing high resolution tracks, we're not really going to hear that difference. I think they can do a good job. But it really depends on what you've been listening to. People who listen to 20 grand and above hi-fi gear, there is a tune to that. They're going to hear the differences. But for most of us who've never really been exposed to that sort of high-end gear, we're going to be quite happy. I have the same race track driver with a tweeter. I'm sure. I don't think you're talking to me. Are you? I don't know. From what I've seen, the JBL Chillin is going to be mono. Is it? I thought it was going to be, but that wouldn't surprise me from JBL. You're going to get people who tell you, yeah, when it doesn't make it, you can't hear it. Of course, a lot of it depends on how close you sit to the speaker. But if you sit close enough, your ears are going to hear the difference between a mono and a stereo. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But if you're sitting 50 feet away, no, you won't hear the difference. Tweeter, singular. tweeter singular. Oh, so you're saying the Charge 5 is going to have a tweeter, but it's going to be mono. Yeah, I just think JBL, as a lot of these big brands do, they're just taking the P, aren't they? They claim Pro Sound amp. whatever that means. Is a lot of it is marketing. The X4 Sound Hollow. X4. What's the X4? Hey Alan, my girlfriend is a big fan. Ooh, that's nice. We bought an Emma mattress and I'm having real back pain. What mattress do you recommend? That's what I said. I can't tell you. Right. To tell you what mattress may suit you, I need to know what your weight is. I need to know what your sleeping position is. And I need to know what your normal thumb's preference is. The legend himself, I think you're talking about me. That's brilliant. That's me sorted. That's my ego sorted for the evening. A tin-foil hat under a Bluetooth headset makes sense for safety's sake. Well, I mean, if you're saying like people who, say you're going to get cancer by your ear if you had the phone, the evidence isn't there. But look, I go on YouTube, and there's people seriously saying that the Earth is flat. So it depends on what you consider your level of evidence, I guess. The Q30s are great after Olive EQ'd the heck out of them. Look, we know what Olive likes. He does a bit at the high end, and he does a bit at the bass. Anything average with a solid EQ will sound great. Which is the 30 that he EQ'd the heck out of? I don't know. As I said, I've not really followed the headphones. Do I record my... yes. I record them in what I consider a well-treated room. I do near-field recordings. The aim is to minimize room reflections as far as possible, while keeping the imaging. Obviously, if you had the recordings a centimeter from the driver, you're not going to get any of the imaging. So there is a fine balance between the imaging and room reflections. Look, I'm just a small channel. I'm just one guy. I'm doing what I think works, but that's what I'm trying to do. Minimize room reflections while keeping as much of the imaging as I can. It's never going to match binaural recordings, but it will not be as coloured as binaural recordings. Godspeed, you're back. Hello, mate. Motion Plus with mini rig subwoofer. My aptX Bluetooth receiver still boom is Motion Plus with mini rig sub, which I said works really well. You want me to do a comparison versus the Motion Boom? Yes, I think the boom still goes deeper. The mini rig sub is very punchy. It works very well, but the Motion Boom just is basically a subwoofer. It plays like a subwoofer. What do I think of the LG Hi-Fi systems? Well, I've not really tried them. I don't know. I can't try everything. I have an iPhone 12 Pro. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Alan. For now, from your opinion, based on my experience, I'm just a geezer. Can the Motion Boom be better in every aspect than the Motion Plus? No, it's not better than in every aspect. I tried to make this clear. The Motion Boom has fantastic deep bass, and the Motion Plus has really great dispersion and really great detail. But if I was to mark out of 10 the bass on the Motion Boom, it would rank higher than the dispersion and the detail on the Motion Plus, and therefore that's why I rank the Motion Boom above the Motion Plus. But they're two very different speakers with a very different sound signature, and you're going to prefer one or the other. I prefer the Motion Boom. I think the bass outranks the rest of the quality of the Motion Plus. The best music app to listen to music on is Amazon Music, or I don't know. To be honest, I use YouTube Music just because it fits in with the rest of my ecosystem. Adam B is talking to Mark. Alan, do you own a digital audio player? Well, I do, but I'm not really. I really use my phone all the time. In the years ago, it was all about having a separate device like that. But I don't. I mean, I do have a separate DAC, which I will run via the phone. But I don't. If you're saying, do I have a device like an iBasso or something like that? I used to have, but I don't have anymore. I don't see. I think we've moved on. I think a good phone with a good DAC, don't really need it anymore. I've got a Nectar for the 12-month guarantee. I'm going to wait a couple more months to try a new one. I like the Nectar, but why not try a few out? Absolutely. Take advantage. The companies don't like it, but of course, for us, it's great to take advantage of these long warranty. Well, warranty, not warranty, is it? The trial periods. JBL speakers nowadays are a joke. Absolutely. I would say they're all a joke. I still come back to this. If you buy one speaker, they all sound like I can listen to any speaker. It sounds okay. But when we're comparing them, we say, oh, well, we know what that speaker can do. We know what that speaker can do. We can get a bit critical. We can get overcritical, I think. And say the problem with JBL is their prices. If the prices were half of what they are, we wouldn't be saying their pants. We'll be saying, well, if you like this taste or that taste. So I don't think any speakers are that, other than this Sony XB32. Most of them are okay in isolation, but it's just when you start A/Bing them, you hear the faults in them. I just think JBL, like Bose, I suppose, a bit overpriced. Hi, I thought I'd say thanks for the effort you put into your videos. Thank you very much. Especially the frequency response. If only I found the channel sooner. Where you been, mate? Yeah, we've been here a while. Logan Paul. You're not going to ask me to box him or something? Or Floyd Mayweather. Who will win? Are they fighting? A Logan Paul? Is that actually happening? Floyd Mayweather, obviously. Well, I say obviously, you know, he's on paper, greatest boxer of all time. Never, always frustrating to watch. You always think, oh, he should be doing. So who should win out of that? Logan Paul's not a boxer. He's a YouTuber. Floyd Mayweather obviously will slaughter him. Should they even be fighting? If you ask me, how do I rank Floyd Mayweather? I could possibly say he's overrated. If I think he got away with murder. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, I don't even know. I can't remember. Manny, you know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao, whatever his name is. He got away with murder there. Manny Pacquiao should have slaughtered him. And he's not pretty to watch, is he, Floyd Mayweather? So, no, I mean, you can't knock it. 50, whatever his fights, he's unbeaten. But he's not pretty to watch. He's not an Muhammad Ali, is he? What do you think about the JBL Charge 2 Plus? It was all right in its day. We've moved on. Do you use the Rave Neo since the boom came along? No, I haven't listened to the Rave Neo, but the Rave Neo is a nice speaker. It does have issues in its frequency response, but with the right tracks, with the right custom EQ, it can sound really nice. So it's a nice speaker, but you've got to spend time with it to tune it how you like it. Can't wait to get to your Onyx 6. Yeah, I'm waiting for that as well. It's a bit overdue. I bought it off eBay. Hopefully that won't take much longer. Then the motion boom will sound thin. I don't know, to be honest. I know you're saying that. I've seen people say the motion boom can actually hold its own. I use a Fio M11. I'm not sure which is that. I do have Fio amps, DACs. I was a bit out of touch with those. I just stopped using them a couple of years ago. Obviously, you mentioned tweaking with toppers. Any recommend? As I said, I have a natural latex topper. The one I use the most is my Body Mold Supreme 3-inch topper. But it's memory foam. Memory foam is not for everybody. I personally am a fan of memory foam, but a lot of people don't like memory foam because it has heat issues. Hi, Anne. Did you ever hear the JBL 2 in the past? Yes, I did. I had a JBL Charge 2. Not the 2 Plus, which I think was basically the 2, wasn't it? If so, what did you think about it? It was okay. In its time, it was okay. We've moved on. Did you hear the Skull Candy? No, as I said, I don't spend much time with headphones for many reasons. I'm tall and large gent. Stop boasting. And purchased the Otti Pure. I've got to admit, I mean, I'm still surprised how many of you are coming to me because you are mattress viewers. I stopped doing it in October. As I said, I got a disillusion. I do intend to pick up mattress reviews again when I get a bit more motivated. There isn't enough honest reviews of mattresses out there, and now I know why. It's because you'd have to pay for it yourself. Will it be okay? Otti, good value. So I know they got the Otti Pure Plus now. They never contact me about it, so I don't know. None of them seem to want me to review their mattresses anymore. But I do think Otti, bear in mind they come from China, but they do seem to give you decent value. Loved your video and stole. Well, thank you very much. Bought the Soundcore Motion Plus, Motion Boom, and the Mini 3 within 1 week. The Mini 3? Oh, the Soundcore Mini 3. Oh, blimey. And I'm getting accused of working for Soundcore. They are all decent speakers. You can't knock it. I'm getting accused of working for Anchor, and I don't work for Anchor. They're coming out with some decent. They're coming out with some decent speakers. They're coming out with some shite speakers. But I'm telling you about the decent speakers. There's no getting away from that. Is a phone without a headphone jack a deal breaker? No, because you can get an adapter now, the USB adapters, and get your headphone jack if you want. For me, it is, but you can get an adapter, a USB to auxiliary out adapter. I am the best. Great reviews, sense of humour, out of this world. Your judgment is fantastic, mate. Thank you. Wait, is time like shifted, or do you have a live again today? I'm pretty sure time hasn't shifted. This is certainly me, and this is today. What are you drinking, by the way? As I said, that's what I recommend, the Balvenie whiskey, but I don't have enough left in my bottle to have a proper evening. I'm just seeing how far it goes. As I said, I did the first live view test this kind of late evening. I had up to 60. I've got 32 viewers now. And quite honestly, I don't know why anybody wants to watch me. I'm just a geezer giving my opinion, but it's flattering to me. It's doing my ego a lot of good. Thank you. Anyway, thanks for the great vids, Kokert Allen. And as we say in the Netherlands, Kanker Emmy. If that's a swear word, well, I apologise. Then it probably is, isn't it? Kanker Emmy. Fair enough. Onyx 6 isn't much better than the Motion Boom in the bass. Yeah, I have heard that. It barely goes any deeper and isn't much stronger. But people keep asking me to have a look at it. And the Motion Boom holds the bass much better than high volume. So have you actually got the Onyx 6? So have you got both speakers? At Mark Winston? Well, I'm asking as well. Anytime soon, you're doing a review on the JBL Boombox. It is one I hope to do at some point, as it's a bit bigger than the speakers that I can really handle with neighbours. But I would like to get. We already know it's not a great speaker, is it? We've already seen other reviews on it, and that's the thing. We know what to expect, so I know it's not going to be fantastic. It's going to have a big bass. It's going to be disappointed at top volume, and it's going to reduce. Not going to have the bass that it's going to start limiting bass. So we basically know what we're going to get anyway. But yeah, I would like to do it at some point. But funds and time. What are your thoughts about different phones and laptops sounding so different among each other? Is the preamp causing this? No, I don't know. You keep saying about the preamp. Well, we're still talking digital. We're not talking about the preamp, are we? When we're talking over Bluetooth, it goes over Bluetooth. It hits the speaker. It hits a preamp. So you got to differentiate the digital phase and the analog phase. There are many reasons why, and you're probably talking about the W King D9. Why does it Why does things sound different on different phones? Well, a lot of them have hidden EQ. If you go into the forums, and you will see, they will give you little tips and tricks how to beat the EQ on your phone. So it's not easy. I am well aware of what it takes to get a pure sound out of your phone or your device to compare with speakers. And I know not a lot of so-called reviewers are not doing that, let alone what I call normalizing, and you're already arguing about that. But getting the sound pure, getting the sound out. If you download, was it Neutron Player? So players like that are dedicated to trying to get the purest sound out of your device, because even a lot of players themselves will have hidden EQ. So there are a lot of variables. Because we are talking about doing it digitally, while we are talking about using a device, it's not that straightforward to get the pure sound. So I can say, oh, here's this speaker versus that speaker. It's not that straightforward. You do have to get as clear a signal from your phone to that speaker as possible. And I've had to jump through a lot of hoops, I know, to make that possible. So if you're not aware, there's a lot of EQ. I only use Android, so I'm talking about Android. If you're on Apple, good luck to you. If you want to be hooked into their ecosystem, it's up to you. But in Android, you need to be bypassing Android's own EQ system, EQ settings, and you need to be bypassing. I use Samsung, and a Samsung EQ as well. And you keep telling, oh, we do Atmos and do this EQ set. We're trying to bypass this EQ, guys. Trying to get the purest sound out to you so you can actually compare speakers. You should already be aware that once you've got your speaker, you can do that stuff with your own speaker and use those EQ settings. But if you're asking me why they sound different, there are so many variables. I need to be that phone in my hand to tell you what the problem is. But it's not preamp. You're not hitting that preamp until you hit the analog stage, are you? What are you doing? And we said that anytime soon. What are your thoughts about Alan? Can you say the great Netherlands greeting? Kanker Emmy? I thought I just said that. Okay, so I'm crazy then. None of us are crazy. It's a song, isn't it? I'm crazy right now. Why are you saying you're crazy? I didn't say you're crazy. I have both, and I beg to differ. Let's see what Alan says about it. At Fat Matt, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the Onyx 6 and the Motion Boom? As I said, I've already said I saw people saying the Motion Boom actually competes with the low bass against the Onyx 6, so I'm expecting it to be quite close. New Peking, good, right? Okay, Roger that, good buddy. JBL boombox are freaking heavy. Why put a handle in it? It's here, isn't it? Do you know? So, I guess it's an option. I don't think it looks that great, but I guess it's not the worst thing in the world to have that handle. I just think if you have a strap rather than the handle, you have the choice yourself whether you want to use it or not. Or apparently, I haven't actually removed the handle from the W King D9, but apparently that's removable. So, have a removable handle. I don't know. Because they are not that smart. What PC tech review? Where's he gone? Why do I watch? I watch Linus Tech Tips like everybody else. Who else are we going to watch? I watch Linus Tech Tips. The Techno guy. I don't know. I watch a lot of them. I don't know all the names off the top of my head. They should have a strap. Hyperboom seems to be good speaker. Yeah, if you like upper bass, apparently. As I said, I've not tried it. Jim Caddy, well-known audiophile. He said he listened to it all the time. But since his review, I've not heard him mention it, to be quite honest. And Olive said it's okay, but it's like upper bass, and for the money, I don't know. It would seem quite expensive, isn't it? So it's an upper bass boombox. What music app do I use? As I said, I'll go put my hands out. I use YouTube because it fits in with my ecosystem. USB audio player pro bypassing. Yeah, as I said, it's about bypassing Android as far as you can. You need to get the pure signal out there. What music app do you use on Android? I just answered that. It depends. Hang on, are you saying? Are you asking me what I personally use when I'm just enjoying music, or when I'm doing my reviews and I'm actually playing music? Hieft in clean BMO. Screw Apple, absolutely. Not Android for life. Samsung S10 and S3 user here. All right, well, I'd be interested to hear what you think. The differences between the S10 and S20, because I'm thinking, should I go S20 or not? Is it worth the money? I think maybe for the camera, I may upgrade. The one and only volcano reviewer. Dude, what, mate? The one and only volcano reviewer on YouTube stage. It sounds good, but I've got no idea what you're talking about. Tidal's, yeah, these are all good. Tidal is a great app, but I've not bought into it. In fact, in no world can the Motion Boom compete with the bass of the Onyx Studio. Testing out both, which one, by the way, but I had to keep the Motion Boom because of the battery and the portability. Also, fucking nice price. My man Linus, the tech dropper. Absolutely, we all love Linus, even if his bid is a bit fucking stupid. Dual audio in Samsung. Yeah, absolutely, it's dual audio. How's the syncing when playing two different Bluetooth speaker? What do you mean? How's the syncing when playing two different... What do you mean? Oh, you mean if I use dual audio? Well, I don't, to be quite honest. I don't do that because it's mono. Hey, any thoughts on new Soundcore 3? Yes, I think it's a disappointment, but look, my thoughts often change. As I said, I've had a quick listen to the Soundcore 3. It looks nice. It's quite dinky, but if I compare it to the Max Sound Plus, my first impressions are, and I've not spent that long with it, is the Max Sound Plus pisses all over it basically. But we'll see. I am going to do comparisons with it. And often my initial thoughts from my first videos, or whatever, change. That's the nature of music, isn't it? That's the thing. I'm not pretending that my first impressions are the impressions. I do change my opinion. And hey, there is burning. I know this is is there really burning? Anything mechanical that moves is gonna change over time. That's physics for you. I don't know if you paid attention in your physics class. I did. I come from a science background. I have to tell you, physics is real. The Denon is a point to prove. The Denon 250 BT. It was a nice speaker, but didn't handle vocals that great. But do you know what? The longer I've used that speaker, the better it has sounded. The Soundcore was terrible. Well, I'm not sure the Soundcore 3 is that much better. Hi, Alan. Hello. How do you know the new speaker brand Kanker, Fred? You should check it out. If I can understand what you're talking about, I would. Bet you hear this all day, but got the Motion Plus thanks to you. I don't hear it all day. Do you know what I hear most of the time is, we went on Olive's YouTube, his EQ setting, they're so much better than yours, you don't know what you're talking about, and blah, 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 blah. It's fine. Every time someone mentions Olive on my YouTube channel, I get flattered. To be mentioned in the same breath as a guy who's got 150 subscribers, I think brilliant. That's also not sure what do you buy yet. Maybe it's better once you play around with EQ. On what? Don't know what you're talking about. Yo, Alan, do you think the XB30 and the 40 were much better than the newer models? As I said, they were. The problem with the XB30 and the 40 is the sound changes all the way up the frequency response. So you've got to be prepared to adjust the bass, I think it's extra bass or clear audio, whatever they called it at the time, and adjust the EQ settings depending on the volumes you're playing. If you're prepared to do that, to me they sound better. But that is the problem. The sound changes too much with the volume. I did the XB40 versus the XB43, I think. XB43 half the size of the XB40, half the size of the XB43, can absolutely compete and match the XB43. It's just that you have to keep changing the EQ settings to do it. My man Linus, Go S20. Well, as I said, I've been thinking about it. I don't care about the screen. I'm more interested in the cameras. The music app you use to play songs. OnePlus stopped Google Play. OnePlus stopped. Alpine just dropped a first ever Bluetooth speaker. We'll have to check that out. Both TB Martin, hello mate. Both reviewing and personal listening. I should have said music player. I've lost the plot. Sometimes I can't quite match what you said before with S20's adventure is of course 120 hertz. Oh, the refresh rate on the screen. Yeah, well, technically you shouldn't be able to see past 60 hertz. Now I see them saying, well, you can't see past 120 hertz. They're changing all the time. I believe that technically what your eyes should be able to see is 60 hertz, and above that you shouldn't be that sensitive. I know we all can, and if you're gamers, well, all the way up the refresh rate as high as you can get it. But to me, that's not the deal breaker. But yeah, 120 hertz, people anecdotally say is way better than 60 hertz. There is quite a huge difference in sound between my old S7 and S10. The S20 seems a little bit better when you say the sound. Of course, how are you getting the sound? Obviously, it has its internal DAC. You can bypass its internal DAC, but DAC is going to make all the difference. Digital to analog converter. How you go from digital to analog makes the world of difference to what you're hearing. Again, makes it harder to compare speakers. Sound good. Hello, hi Alan. You want one Jose Pomodo? That is a hell of a name. Meneses. Do you know the new speaker brand? No, Fred. No, I don't know. Bet you hear this. Oh, I'm going back over old messages, aren't I? Do you know the top model ME Rave Neo 3? No. And do you know what? I can't keep up with speakers Soundcore putting out. It's unbelievable. I mean, I simply can't keep up with it. So what? You're now saying there's a Rave Neo 3? What happened to the Rave Neo 2? It sounds really flat and great. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Do you know the Alpine? Do you know Alpine? The Alpine. I'm not going Apple in any sense direction at all. Are the best cameras? They may well do. They also trap you into the worst ecosystem. For me, 60 hertz isn't a deal breaker. As I said, technically you shouldn't be able to see the difference of over 60 hertz, but most people say they can. And if you're a gamer, of course, it makes a world of difference. Yeah, smooth as butter. As I said, I'm not being a gamer for a while because did my wrist in, but because I go for color accuracy as as an old time photographer. Your IPS, you're pretty much locked into 60 hertz. There are some 120 hertz out there, but my screens have been locked into 60 hertz. But yeah, technically, if you freeze frame, as you do on the Linus Tactics, and he does his 1,000 frames per second camera, and you can see the motion blur, blah blah blah. In the real world, I don't know what difference it makes. It's sort of true, but it's still a huge difference. You can instantly notice increased hertz when you compare them side by side. Don't forget, a lot of this, if you're prepped you already know. Here's a phone 60 hertz, but look at this, it's 120 hertz. You're already prepped to expect a difference. Now, if someone said to you, here's a phone, what's the difference? Get a different result quite a lot of the time. Going above 140 isn't much of a difference. Yeah, I agree with you. Your eyes, theoretically, should see up to... Now, citation needed. You should see up to 250 hertz. Where's the citation for that? Having 120 hertz display to watch 20 minutes videos useless, but a lot of these newfangled monitors will adjust. When you play a movie, depending on its refresh rate or the frames per second of the movies, will adjust themselves anyway. Well, I see the difference between 240 24 frames and 30. Yeah, I agree with when you're that low in frames per second. It's when you get 60 frames and above that you may or may not see the difference.
Hello, hi Alan. I got recommended a speaker a couple of weeks ago, but we're slightly out of budget. What would you rate from
A £650 budget. Lovely hair. Okay, mate. Thank you very much. 650 quid, and I've got to say, what's your requirements? You're always going to get more value out of going proper hi-fi, getting proper wired, going proper analog. I'm about portable Bluetooth. If you're talking about portable Bluetooth, then I have to come back to the mini rigs. I've not really look. I had the outside of the mini rigs, the best speaker I've heard. I've not heard. I don't listen to that many expensive, decent speakers. Olive listens to a lot more of the upper range speakers than I do. The Bolit 17 was probably the last £450 speaker I heard. Sounded fantastic, and yet low volume, still wasn't that great. For me, the one that still matches the price, the mini rig system, the 2.2, it's just so bloody fiddly, but that's still the one I spend the money on. So I say mini rigs, but be prepared to get frustrated as well. Of course you can. Okay. It is not that important for smartphones, especially considering their screen size. Well, of course, this is where we're all different in our opinions. Some people see the difference, some people don't. The thing is, even the S20 from last year fells faster than the iPhone 12 series just because of the refresh rate. But it's also a shame that Apple didn't put the technology even in their 12. I'm not a big Apple fan. In fact, I think it's disgusting what they do. Everyone be like, oh, 120 is better. I say, okay, tell me the apps and games that support. Absolutely. But this is where we just come down to opinions. This geezer will say, I can see the difference. That one will say, I don't see the difference. It doesn't really matter. Do you know what? I didn't even do live stream till this afternoon. And now I feel like I'm an old hand. I'm really enjoying this. But I don't even know what is the purpose. I could have spent the last 3 or 4 hours actually recording a comparison. So I don't know if this is worth my time. But I am enjoying it. I am having a drink. Hi, Alan. I got recommended a speaker a couple of weeks ago. But it was slightly out of budget. Oh, we just did that one. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's not that important for smartphone. Oh, these are all messages I've done before. Hi, I've just got a Rika 30 watt stereo Bluetooth 5, 10,000 milliamp hours, IPX7 for £24.90. Well, you can't go wrong at 25 quid, can you? 3 years guarantee. Rika, brilliant. Do you work for Rika? I don't even know who they are. From Audi. From Audi, no less. Currently on sale. You think could be the new pound for pound champion? I don't know. I've not heard of it. You're the first mention I've had of it. As I said, if you guys mention these speakers on my channel, I do take it into account. As I said, I look at what you're mentioning the most, and then I think, is that interesting to me? And if it is, I go and buy it. Remastering albums, I think it's fantastic. What's the downside of remastering albums? I listen to a lot of remastered Elvis albums. To be absolutely honest, I love it all. They actually almost did, but they didn't do it due to did what? But have you got to give me some clue as to what the thread is. Have you thought about trying out a DIY? Yes, I have. As I said, but I've always got to say to myself, what do I want to spend my time doing? So, as I said, I've gone off mattresses I've been a bit disillusioned with. I think I am interested in the NASs. I've started benchmarking. So Synology sent me another NAS, the DS420. I've been benchmarking the ones I've already had. I don't know if anyone's interested, but for me personally, I like measuring stuff. I like measuring stuff where I see other people are not measuring them, and I think people would like to know the differences between things. So what was the even question I'm answering? I don't even know what I'm talking about, and that's always a good sign. Have I thought about trying? A DIY kit? Yeah, I just don't have the time. I've never actually made my own speaker. Would I like to? Yeah, absolutely. But do I have the time, and would it benefit me? Probably not. I heard using over 60 frames per second can be too much for some scenes and look bad. I don't follow any logic in that. I don't know. It's going to do your battery life obviously to run it at higher refresh rate, but it's not going to make anything look worse, is it? It should make it look better. Ooh, my citation is many hours of binge watching. That's not a citation, mate. That's an assertion. I was going to read about the eyes. That's not a citation. Citation is providing links towards the evidence for what you're talking about. Cool Squad. Lucas talking to Cool Squad. Yeah, if you believe them. Then I say that as an iPhone 12 owner, but I think they just had to keep some things for next year so they don't come up with the exact same phone this year. Hi Alan, what's your take on omnidirectional split? As I say, I'm not a big fan. I come from the old school. It's a stereo speaker. You get a stereo image. You sit in the middle of it. Omnidirectional 360-degree speakers. No, I'm not a big fan. I know they've got a place. I know a lot. You're at your barbecue. You're not sitting in one place. You're moving around, and that's fair enough. But for me, that's not my main use. So my take is, if that's what floats your boat, okay. I used to play with EQ so much, but the mixing, presence on guitars, etc., of course, of songs varied so much that I would change the EQ on a lot of them, and that's where you get all songs are mixed different, and that's, I think that's the bottom line. That's why I tried to find one EQ that suits most volumes. You've got to remember. That's what gets me with these so-called audiophiles when they say, and it should be balanced and it sounds like the original. Nothing sounds like the original. The original what? Everything has been electronically processed at some point. You've got to remember, there's a bloke sitting in a studio, normally, obviously it depends what music you listen to, and he's pushing sliders and he's doing the EQ and he's thinking, what sort of volume am I mixing to? What sort of device will they be listening? Will the end user be listening? And then he's mixing to that. There's no accuracy. He's not thinking, well, let's get the vocal absolutely in balance so it sounds exactly the same, and the guitar exactly how it sounded originally. None of it. All you so-called audiophiles, you're talking nonsense. There is no such thing as the original quality. Would be you sitting in a room with someone singing with no microphone, no recording gear, and it would sound nothing like it does on a recording. What was I talking about? I used to play with EQ so much, the mixing. Yeah, that's the point. You've got to remember, you're in the hands of the engineer. He's guessing what the end use scenario is, and he's mixing to that end. Why 50, 60 years ago were people happy listening to 78s? Because they mixed them to sound good on a 78 gramophone. Sound terrible now if you listen to it on a hi-fi. Got to remember, it's matched to the end user scenario. So I've never had so much nonsense as a lot of these audiophiles telling me it should sound like the original. There is no such thing as the original unless you're sitting in the room with the singer. And yeah, it will change all the time because that's the real world. Actually, it's the opposite effect. Luca was actually loads and leaks behind the scenes. It sounds like you need a plumber. Hello, Luciano. Did you quit with Top Gear? And you're trying to say I look like the bloke off Top Gear, whatever his name was. And no, normally I get Antonio Banderas, Kevin Keegan. But no, not the bloke of Top Gear, to be honest. Best bang for buck under $50. Max Sound Plus. Under 50 quid. Max Sound Plus. Simple as that. The Max Sound Plus. Yeah, still a shame, considering that the iPad Pro from freaking 2017 already had it. You were having conversations with each other. What do you think of the PS5? I don't know. I've not tried it. I don't know. Good speed. Hello, mate. S21 is available with better upgrade. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to upgrade my phone. Mainly, as I said, for the camera. The worst thing about the S10 is you go to you do video calls and it doesn't go to the widest camera. It goes to the main camera, which isn't very wide. That's what gets on my nerves. Wafid Trubix Max Sound ? I asked because they can get the remastering wrong. Yeah, with what? And you know what you're. And I don't know what I'm talking about, mate. I'm just giving them. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm giving what I think is an educated opinion. When it comes to remastering, well, depends what you're terming remastering. Obviously, we can. Depends on what they're remastering from, of course. I come from a photography background. It still amazes me. The 35mm negatives still have more megapixels than you're going to get in your top end 35mm cameras. Hey man, you're an odd chap.
Oh, thank you so much.
But that kind of odd I like. Oh, great speaker reviews. Thank you very much. Backhanded compliment. Thank you very much. You should probably get a VR. I know I should get the Oculus. Seeing they're coming out with the Oculus. I saw today they're coming out with the Oculus 3. I'm very excited about that. I have hummed and hawed about the Oculus 2. Mainly because you can use it standalone. So I do want to use it with Microsoft Flight Simulator. It seems cheap. Everybody seems to love it. If they're coming out with an Oculus 3 anytime soon, well, bloody brilliant. But yeah, I should get a VR headset. Apart from listening to speakers and laying on mattresses, what else takes up your time, Alan? What else takes up my time, mate? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. There's a whole backstory to that I don't want to get into. But other than say I do work in IT, that takes up most of my time. I used to do a lot of holidays and I haven't in the last couple of years. My backstory is health issues, I guess. You know, I have. I don't want to get into that. But I would say up until a couple of years ago, my backstory was I was just laying on the beach enjoying myself. The health issues overtook me. I like OnePlus though, but Samsung is great. Would like to buy a Samsung Galaxy one day. The OnePlus. They're all overpriced at the end of the day, to be honest. But I don't even want to. I don't even know why I bought into the Samsung thing. You get used to what they call it, the One UI. We've just had the One UI, whatever they call, update for the Samsung. I think it's a load of crap. I don't particularly like Samsung. I just got used to it. You know your way around. I don't want to spend my time working my way around another phone. He's the next speaker to look out for, in my opinion. As I said, I rely on you guys to tell me. I don't have the time to keep searching. I go on other channels and I know they're always looking. I find it weird, to be honest. I go on speaker review channels and they're trying to get views by talking about speakers that haven't even been released yet. So I could do 20 videos now talking about the JBL Charge 5. I'll probably get a lot of views. What's the point? Other than is to get a view. I talk about speakers I've got in my head. I don't see the point. We know what's coming. And so what was the question? As I said, I lose the plot all the time. Would you? What was the? See, next. What did you say? Ask him about the speakers to come. Oh, chat. You asked me, would you like to buy? What do you think is the next speaker to look out for? I'll tell you what we're all looking for: a wireless subwoofer. That's all we need. The problem is, of course, we're waiting for a wireless subwoofer, but that we're losing the auxiliary inputs on our speakers. What we need is something like the mini rig system, but we want it completely wireless. So, yeah, I was looking for a true wireless system that includes a subwoofer, something like the Soundcore, where you could buy it as a standalone speaker and it sounds fantastic, but you have the option of buying an add-on. It could be an add-on tweeter. It doesn't have to be an add-on subwoofer, but they all work wirelessly. That would be a fantastic ecosystem.
Yo, Alan, do you keep all the tested speakers?
I keep most of them. I said there has to be really crap for me not to keep it, or really overpriced. So I do try and keep most of my speakers, but I don't keep all of them. Sony just released a brand new model. Oh wow! Oh, gotta go out and buy it straight away. The SRS SA5000, and it sounds more like a soundbar, doesn't it? And has been getting excellent reviews from Hong Kong and Korea. Looks well. So you're saying? Let's have a look then. The SA5000, Sony SA5000. It's a headset. Oh, I said I'm not really into the headsets. You know, as I said, I'm a speaker, so no, I don't know anything about it, and I'm not that excited. Yeah, honest, absolutely honest. Sarah Dickey made a video about why who's Sarah Dickey, but she sounds awesome. Let's have a look. Sarah Dickey, was it Sarah Dickey? Diechy. ICHY. Oh, she's alright, isn't she? Oh, blimey. Well, I'm on her Instagram, if that's the same one. Rhymes with Peachy. But she doesn't have a lot of speakers, yes. Oh, so is she a tech reviewer or something? Oh, there's one with glasses. She doesn't look so good, but do you know I do like auburn hair? She looks like she's got auburn hair. That suits me. Fine. Anyway, so she made a video why over 60 frames per second is a mistake. Well, if that's what she said, who am I to argue? Is there a big sound quality difference between the Mini 1 and the Mini 2? I've never had the Mini 1. The Mini Rig 1. I think the main difference was the battery. From all reports, not a lot of difference in the sound, but I never had the Mini 1. I do like the Mini 2. It has this kind of pseudo surround sound. I do really like the Mini 2, but I didn't have the Mini 1. I can't tell you. I did. Mike Hancock, do you have a home stereo system? I used to have a home stereo system. I used to have a very expensive home stereo system, and I used to have a turntable system as well. I got rid of it because I had labour issues. I needed also, it took up a lot of room. So for volume reasons and for room reasons, I got rid of it. And I miss it a lot. You listen to I do this as well. We talk about Bluetooth speakers as though we could get something near high fidelity, as though nothing isn't. You cannot compare. This is not a minuscule near decent hi-fi system where everything just opens up. You've got this huge sound stage. All the instruments are properly separated. You're immersed in the whole thing. It's just a 3D image of a band in front of you. You're never going to get. Well, so far we've never had that from a Bluetooth speaker. So yes, I have had decent hi-fi systems, and I do miss them. And yeah, Bluetooth speakers are a million billions miles away from anything like that. Great work on your reviews. I do put in a lot of effort. And thank you for noticing. Are you planning to test out some studio monitors? No, as I said, my problem now is I could, if I wanted to get, I didn't give a shit about my neighbours, I'd blast them all night and day. But it is an issue. It is. I can't deny that. And so no plans on anything like that. The burning question I think we want to know is, why did you take out the UK soundbite? Because I didn't know I left it in. It was just a little bit at the end of that, and so that last 20 seconds I just put in because on YouTube, where you have to put like your that last segment, it works on the last 20 seconds of the video. I can't remember what they call it, but you know, where you have go on to this video or that video. Well, it has to be the last 20 seconds of the video. So that last segment is just a standalone last 20 seconds. And apparently I didn't know, but I'd left. For some reason, I'd recorded myself saying UK at the end of it. I didn't even know. I think, was it you or someone pointing out, they heard me say UK at the end. So I cut it out. Agree with what he's saying right now. About what? The Scousers from Harry Enfield. Loads of money. Blimey, mate. So you must be as old as me. Harry Enfield. Mind you, he's still going, isn't he? I remember the original, when Harry Enfield first came to the fore. The loads of money. Yeah, loads of money. So that's that's what I used to, on Saturday night, used to watch a bit of Harry Enfield. Loads of money. And then go out, and that was my night. It's Luciano. Like Luciano really enjoyed Top Gear. We keep going with the right word. What do you prefer on your phone? More megapixels or bigger pixels? More megapixels or bigger pixels? What, more megapixels? This is a sharper image. Or more meg or bigger, and more or bigger megapixels means less sharp. So I'm not sure what you're getting at. So you're always going to prefer more megapixels. You've got more resolution and you've got a sharper image. As I said, I come from a photography background where more megapixels is king. The only problem with more megapixels, of course, if you're talking about the actual camera, you get more noise, but you can deal with noise. So yeah, always go with more megapixels for that zoom power. It triumphs over noise for me personally. What do you prefer on your phone? More, the USAF. What's that? United States Air Force. In testing their pilots for visual response time, used a simple test to see if the pilots could distinguish small changes in light. In their experiment, a picture of an aircraft was flashed. Yeah. And? Oh, to perceive one image within 1/220th of a second, the ability to input. I couldn't paste it all, for God's sake. Well, for God's sake, why not? Only reason I use Samsung is because it was through my ISP. We got a good deal with him. How can the motion boom sound so good with such a lightweight? It's not lightweight. There is a reasonable weight to it, but it does do fantastic. At the end of the day, I always thought heavier magnets better sound. Yeah, but not all magnets are made the same. And don't forget, we're talking passive radiators. Passive radiators are tuned to a certain bass response. I am not pretending I know exactly what's going on with the speaker, but just remember, all these sort of speakers are passive radiators. Passive radiators work from the air pressure from your full range drivers here, and magnets also themselves are not all made equal, so there are a lot of variables at the end of the day, and I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on there. I'm going to sleep now. I'm sorry if I put you to sleep. I hope you have a good night. It's getting late in the UK. It's getting late in the UK. It's 11:25, but it's not that late if you're a big boy. It's only 11:25, unless you've got to work in the morning or something. Oh, it's have a great time, Alan. Well, thank you. I didn't even know your phone was here. My phone's just gone. Ooh. I know what you're doing. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's not good news. Somebody's not well. I'm going to say, alright. Cheers, Maine. You probably mean man. Have you... Oh, I hate it when I lose the plot. How many? 32 people watching me. Do you know what? I think I almost get embarrassed when I look. And I've lost the plot again. I'm not had enough to drink. Look, I've only had a little... You've made me forget I'm here to have a drink. Do I have a family? Yes, I do have a family. Do I have direct descendants? No. Everybody say where you're from and gives a thumb up. Mike Hancock, one of my great supporters. Good thinking. Let's get moving. Would you test smart speakers in the future? Would you call it smart speaker? You mean like the Amazon? Oh, okay. Who play the top 20? Is that what you mean? I'm just talking about, sound quality. YouTube kept crashing when I tried to paste it all. Oh, you using modded YouTube. Modded YouTube. Okay, in what way is it modded? Greetings from Vancouver. Hello. British Columbia. Thanks for sharing your gifted reviews. People like me. I love the sound called Motion Plus. I used to love it till I heard the Motion Boom, and now I can't even listen to it. But I'm looking for a 360-degree speakers. Yeah, a 360-degree speaker. Maybe you're talking mini rigs. See, they all call themselves 360, and most of them are not true 360-degree speakers, are they? They have a speaker on the side or a speaker on the and a passive rate at front and back. And depending where you are, it's going to sound different. Not true 360. Mini rigs are true 360. Do I plan to review any Marshall speakers? You keep asking me about these Marshall. Why? I know. Olive reviewed the Stockwell too, and a few other people as well. Oh, and they quite liked it, and it's why don't you review that? Well, I'm not a fan of, first of all, it's not going to be easy to actually record a front to back speaker. Don't forget, I'm not talking proper stereo speakers. So if I was front to back and it uses, pseudo surround, and there are many ways you can fool your ears. I call it pseudo surround. You can Google it. It's quite a heavy subject. If you look into it, in the ways that you can do trickery with your music, with the sound, to fool your ears and thinking you're hearing something else. I personally am not a big fan of that, and it's not that easy to record what's going on. And the fact that when I look at the reviews, it's not like that it's beating everything else in its class. They are interesting. Stockwell 2 is interesting. You keep asking me about the Marshall Emberton. When I look at reviews, it's not beating things like even the Max Sound, the Motion Plus. So I'm not seeing a reason to buy it. To me, all questions are already answered. You tell me what questions have not been answered, and then I'll think about it again. But for me, front to back, pseudo surround, not something that interests me. Great to see how far your channel has come. Has it got 10,000 subscribers is huge. But it's in the world of YouTube reviews, I'm still a small fish in a big pond. But Portsmouth, fair enough, you're not that far from me. The land of the matlow and very loose women. Loose women. Oh, don't get me started. Oh, I'm going to have to... Loose women, you got me started. I'm going to have to fill up. Right, you mentioned them. You mentioned my weak side. I'm going to have to get myself a drink. I'll be back in a minute. Well, 36 people have waited for me to arrive. This is amazing to me, guys. I have to tell you. Where was we? Have you considered? Is the Motion Boom louder than the Plus? Yes, the Motion Boom is louder than the Motion Plus. I would love to see a 3D printed case to put mini rigs. Yeah. Do you know what? The biggest thing that bugs me about the mini rigs is they sell it as a 2.1 system. That subwoofer, if you have a 2.1 system, only plays one channel, and bass. When they mix bass, sometimes they mix it as mono, sometimes they mix it as stereo. So it can or cannot make a big difference to the music. But most people do not realize it's playing one side. If you want a full proper system, it has to be 2.2. But they don't bundle a special price 2.2 system. So that's what bugs me about mini rig is the bundle a cheaper 2.1 system as though that was the ultimate system. But it isn't. The ultimate system is a 2.2 to play both channels on those subwoofers, and they don't give you a discount on a 2.2. That bugs me. Yeah, and you don't get the stands. I don't know why they can't put little feet on the mini rigs themselves. A lot of things bug me, but the mini rigs potentially it's like the ultimate. It's within reach, but they don't. You know, that one LED, it changes lights, and that's how you got to see what's going on. They can't give you the subwoofer. Why can't we have a little gain button? A lot of people, I have to say, say we'd like it to go a little bit deeper rather than have that much punch. There's no way to adjust that. You can increase the gain if you go in the app. You can't. You have to go into the actual EQ itself. Personally, I reduce the 250 hertz slider when I've got this subwoofer going, and then increase the lowest bass slider itself to meet that. Then you get a bit of deep bass over punch, but I don't know why they don't EQ it that way to start with. Most people would like it to be that way. They seem to prefer volume over deep bass. I would love blah 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 blah. Do you think tweeters make any difference in this small speaker? They can do. As I said, it's not a case of saying, "Oh, I've got tweeters now. That's lovely. It goes with my woofers." It's got to be. You've got to remember, there's a crossover between your tweeters and your woofers, and it's not like, right, tweeter is now going to be 3 kilohertz and above. It's a curve. So how it is implemented makes a big difference. So I'm trying to explain that it's not a right. This is where we have the cutoff. There's a roll off. So there's a roll off and there's a roll up, if you like, and it has to be implemented well, and often it isn't. The PK7. Well, that's the older one. I haven't had the PK7 with twitters. Brilliant. Oh, that is one of the best spelling errors I've ever seen. And the PN7. Oh yeah, I do like the PN7. I would say that's a pleasant, open sounding speaker. Just likes deep bass. I do like the PN7. I think I'm talking about the PN7. Yeah, I am. Without tweeters. As I said, a lot of these speakers seem to have tweeters simply because it looks good on paper. But they may as well not have tweeters. It makes absolutely no difference to what you're hearing. Do you prefer the laptop trackpad or nipple? What? Or nipple? I never use trackpads, to be quite honest. I like using the mouse. I can't say I use my nipple a lot. But I've never really got on with trackpads. Tweeters, bro. Twitter is something else. Absolutely. Yeah, where are we? Have you considered second motion boom? Yeah, I'm thinking about them all the time, but I've got to say, what shall I do next? There's a billion things I'd like to do next, but I can only do one thing next. Where are we? This has got an arrow now. No, not loose women. No, not loose women. I've just poured myself a drink because you said loose women. The TV show. I know, not the TV show. I know Loose women, I know what we're talking about. I've been to Bennington, mate. Wait, not loose women. I mean the prototype. I was talking about the prototype. Home of the British Navy and keeping the sailors happy. That's exactly what I was talking about. I still think we're talking about the same thing. Those type of loose women, I say excellent, fantastic, and I have to pour myself another drink. Alan, did you study all that information, or just a smart guy? What information are you talking about? Loose women? Loose women, I came with practice, mate. Oh, there goes my drink again. So that's what you've done to me. So, I've never studied really anything, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't much copy at school. I didn't go to university, and yeah, everything that I know is self-taught, to be quite honest. Do you know, people, even when I was cabin, and I used to pick up, big business people, head of really big companies, they say the IT people they respected the most are the self-taught ones. They really knew what they're talking about, and the ones that have graduated from university didn't really know what they're talking about. So it seems to me, and the self-taught people and the people that do it from their heart are the ones that really know, that are really invested in the subject. I think you should definitely try the Onyx Studio 7. Is there a 7? Oh, when it's released in April. I've just bought the Onyx 6. It's not even here yet, and you're telling me I should try the 7. Well, I will. If I've got one speaker, that's the whole point of keeping hold of these speakers, is I will try the next level up. That's the thing about Olive. No, I understand it. It's all about money at the end of the day, but he does sell on a lot of speakers, and he sells them on pretty quick. So if I say anything about Olive, it's he doesn't keep hold of speakers long enough to be able to give good comparisons down the line. Oliver's still the best guy out there. We all know it. But that's for me personally, I believe that's one of his biggest downfalls, and that's why I have tried to keep hold of as many speakers as I can. Because down the line it becomes important to be able to compare them. What? By the way, I've got 36 people looking. It's like I'm bloody famous right now. What do you think of next speakers? Oh yeah, we talked about that. I think they're great. I've never tried them. They look great. Theoretically brilliant, but I've never tried. Is the aptX codec the best for Bluetooth? I think there's a new codec coming out, but I think that's more to do with energy consumption. I forgot what it's called now. But what's it called? LE Bluetooth something codec on blah blah. There is a new Bluetooth codec about to come out. Depends on the quality of what you're playing. Obviously, the higher the bitrate, the higher the quality of the original audio, the higher the bitrate you want to be able to play it at. That's going to require a good codec. SBC. I'm on AAC if you're on Apple. I'm on Android. SBC. Can you hear the difference between SBC and higher bitrate codec? I personally think I can. But if SBC is playing at a high bit rate, or your aptX is playing at a low bit rate, don't forget that it's not a straight bit rate. It adapts to your environment, so it's not a straight question. But I believe you're entitled to a better audio codec, and I believe you can hear the difference if you are playing high quality tracks to start with. Ich hab dicken Schwunz. I hope that's not a swear word. First time joining your live. Also, mate, it's only the second time I've been live. The first time was this afternoon. I enjoyed it so much, I thought I'd do it again. I don't know how often I do it. It's probably enjoyable because I'm having a drink while I'm doing it. But to be honest, I'm amazed. You're asking me questions. It's like you sit there and you want to know what I'm thinking. To me, this is mind-numbing. I have tweeters in my over-ear headphones and they actually work. Well, You can get 5.1 surround sound systems headphones. When you say it works, what do you mean it works? So you're saying you're hearing better separation at the high end? You're gonna have to tell me how you're clarifying when you say tweeters are working.
The big red nipple in the middle of your key.
Oh yeah, isn't that? What's that for then?
The big red nipple. I'm playing with my big red nipple.
What's that for? I never really thought about it. So what's my big red nipple for? And now you see my key. Oh, you can see it now. Oh, fair enough.
Twitter.
Yeah. When will the Julie Extreme 3 come? When will the Julie Extreme 3 come? And will it be better? What? Julie? Now, do you know, the only Julie I can think of that comes to mind, Shakin' Stevens had a song, Oh Julie. I'm a big Shakin' Stevens fan, but otherwise I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Alan Locke, that's alright, no need to apologise. Again, TB Martin, another, who I know is a long-time supporter and commenter on my... Isn't it weird that the Google algorithm depends on people sharing your video and commenting on your video rather than the quality of your video. So, but anyway, but all you who comment and the rest of it, it does help me, and I am aware of the you guys who support me and who've been there for a long time, such as TB Martin, the vegan bastard, the vegan bastard. Interesting. Evening and loving the Roy Chubby Brown curls. Now, don't get me started on Roy Chubby Brown. I'm nothing like Roy Chubby Brown. I don't have the gear, do I? I don't have the outfit to go with Roy. Do you know what? I don't even find Roy Chubby Brown funny. He should. I know he's a dirty bastard of a comic. You fat bastard! You fat bastard! But he's crude. Well, and he's too unsubtle for me. I don't find him that funny. He says, "What was it?" I think I saw him once, and he said, "It's something about." No, I'm not even going to say it. It's so disgusting. But never mind. Mark, it surprises me that many people like how they do. I absolutely agree with you. First of all, we've got to work out: are they going on the original firmware or the upgraded firmware? As I said, I don't know. I think the original one was probably better, but as I've got the so-called upgraded firmware, I don't know. Shocked. I agree with you. Awful. And people are still coming on my channel saying, "Oh, it sounds really good." I don't know. A lot. This is the music world. If you like it, that's fantastic. That is all you marry your girlfriend. It doesn't matter what your neighbour says about her. If you like her and you love her and you find her really attractive, that's all that matters. But I still have to try and understand why people liking the W King D9, and I really don't know. Other than they probably don't hear a lot of other speakers, but it's fucking awful, isn't it? University these days are a scam. University these days are a scam. Why? I never went to university, and you're probably saying, "Yeah, bloody shows, didn't it?" Well, why are they a scam? I don't know. What do you think about DIY? Didn't you already ask me that? Bluetooth speakers, such as the ones we see. I've never really got into the DIY. I think fantastic. Build a DIY. You're more likely to get a speaker that suits your that's within your budget and sounds great if you'd go DIY. A lot of these Bluetooth speakers are overpriced. Once you say Bluetooth, you're already paying twice as much for something that wasn't Bluetooth and it sounds exactly the same. So it's always been the case. Bluetooth speakers are overpriced. They're taking the mickey out of us. But DIY Bluetooth, I mean, I've seen the videos. I haven't made a DIY speaker. I find them interesting. Other than they don't look that pretty, and most of them are not. Might be IP7 rated, aren't they? Are you a professional audio? I'm not a professional audio engineer. I do have a background in audio, but I'm not. But how do you say a professional? Do I get paid for being an audio engineer? No, because your review is the best. Like, I remember when I first started doing reviews. I don't know, was he 15, 16 years old? Speaker Tony came on and he bashed me up because I like the Sony SRS X77. Apparently I didn't know what I was talking about. And he started talking as though I didn't know anything. I didn't say what my background was. And I'm not an audio engineer, but I do have a background in audio. But I don't think it matters. And I don't talk about it because I think it's just like... if I go on a dating app, it's got nothing to do with someone else who says they're an expert in dating, is it? I've got to like what I'm looking at. And that's what I think about audio. I know what goes at the back end of audio, and I know why so-called audiophiles are nutcases when they say, we're trying to reproduce the original sound quality. You can't reproduce what was done originally for many reasons, and I think I've alluded to that already. But what was the question? An audio engineer? Oh, because you said professional. What is a professional? Someone who gets paid? No, I don't get paid for it. And I don't think that really matters. Audio is about liking what you hear. Do you still have the XB32? I do have the XB32. I keep thinking to myself, should I give it as a giveaway, or should I just put it on eBay? Up to this point, I've not eBayed any of my speakers, and at the moment we're all in lockdown, and I don't want to really get involved in. Well, I'll come around and I'll pick it up, or I've got to take it to my local homies. I don't want to do that. So I am getting to the point where I can't. I've got no room to put any more speakers. So what am I going to do with the XB32? It is one of the worst speakers I've ever heard. If it's the only speaker you've had, it's not terrible. They all reproduce a speaker. As I said, look, mate, look. Oh, blimey. I just smashed my bloody laptop. But people used to love listening to 78 turntables. They sound awful. Listen to Britney Spears on the 78 turntable. It sounds awful. It's because things are mixed to what they predict it's going to be the end use. And that's why I don't think I can really say what... I've lost the bloody thread again. Do I have the XB32? I call it a shit speaker, but to somebody else, I can see them enjoying it. And so, yes, I do still have it. Are you ever going to test the JBL? No, do you know what? I think to myself, I'm getting myself locked into Bluetooth speakers now. So I never thought of myself as a reviewer. I'm just here giving my opinion and stuff. It's become quite a lot easier for me to do speaker reviews because I can record it as and when, and then I link it all with the main video. Whereas when I review other stuff, it's got to be all at the same time. It's more convenient for me to do speaker reviews, and it's something I'm interested in. I do like soundbar reviews. The problem is it's not that easy to compare them because I keep all my other speakers, but I don't keep all my soundbars. And why am I can't do everything. If I want to be a decent speaker reviewer, there isn't enough time in the day. Honestly, every day you're asking me to do 10 different speakers. I don't even think of myself as a speaker. I'm trying to do what I can simply because you're interested and I'd like to answer some questions. Not because I think, I'm a reviewer and you should hear my opinion, but because I think you should know what you're asking about. I'd love to do more soundbar reviews. I'm a big fan of soundbars. It's a matter of fitting it all in. So I often think to myself, should I do it? But I can't because it just takes a lot of time to do a soundbar review. So, and once I start cutting up my time again, I'm going to be okay in each area, but not great in any. I think I can do a decent job if I stick to speakers for now. I thought I was doing brilliant with mattress. I know I was doing a great job with mattress reviews. I just lost the heart. The whole industry has left me disillusioned. I still think I'm the only, I'm going to say it, the only honest mattress reviewer. that's doing it not because I'm trying to earn money out of it. Right, I mean, fuck all out of what I do, to be quite honest. I do it because I enjoy it. As I said, I was a photographer. I made money out of photography. I had photography gear. And that's why I ended up trying to think, what can I do with my photography gear? Because I got out of photography. I've got no idea what I'm talking about. I always feel like that's a therapy session. What, 40 people listening to me in my therapy session. When I type English words, they will translate into Dutch. Well, that sounds like a good thing. I'm here from Recommended. Who are you, Ross? YouTube. So YouTube are recommending my live stream, which seems amazing to me. I don't know why. I've got 31 likes. This is staggering to me. I'm just having a little bit of whiskey, chilling out and talking to people. I don't know. Honestly, I feel humbled, to be quite honest. I know I'm a small channel, 10,000 reviews. There's lots of. Well, I look at the channels I look at most. Well, I used to look at obviously Jim's reviews. He's got nearly a million reviews, and then he buggered off, didn't he? I don't know why, but I can understand how you get burnt out from it. Jim Caddy, DLX Willington, and I think they've got a lot. They're big channels, but look, I don't like knocking anybody, and I'm not going to. And then Olive is a big channel, 150,000, but Olive is honest. I'm not going to say I agree with his opinion all the time, but I know he's coming from a good place. But some of those other channels, people are hanging on to their every word, and what the? I don't know. What kind of laptop is that? This is an old one that I had. This is a Lenovo laptop. I can't remember because I bought it about three years ago, but I bought it because it was high powered at the time. Don't ask me what it is. I forgot. But it was a decent laptop at the time. Hi from Sweden. Where did ABBA come from? Was that Sweden? Yeah. The big red nipple moves my cursor. Do you know what? I never knew that. I didn't know that it does indeed move my cursor. And what? And then you do. That's interesting. I never knew that. I've always used a mouse. I still don't like it, but now it makes sense. Never knew that. I thought it was holding my keyboard in. I was talking about the GBL. Look, I keep reminding you guys. I lose the thread if you don't tell me what. I was talking about the JBL. What was you talking about in the first place? I don't know. But JBL was translated as dueling. Oh, well, I don't know what you're talking. Still don't know. It means you guys. Who made the drawing of you that sits on the desk? I got this in Torremolinos. I sat down. The guy drew me, and I thought I don't look like that, but actually I think I do, don't I? I was a bit annoyed at the time, but now I think, do you know what? The guy had a decent eye. I think, got me curly hair and all that, but I didn't have a sword. I didn't have a ball, but yeah, it was in Torremolinos where I do like to go for holiday. Can you look up the I do know the 5.1, and I'd like to review. Do you know what? When I get to 100,000 reviews, hopefully these companies will ask me to review their stuff. But I emailed Seagate not long ago. I said, Synology are working with me, and I'd like to benchmark rebuild times for raid scenarios. Did I hear back? Absolutely not. I'm too small for these people to care about. When I get bigger, hopefully these people, certainly when it comes to JBL, I know they support Jim's reviews, but who else do they support? They want million plus channels. They don't want curly geezers like me. ThinkPad. It is a ThinkPad. Well done. Do you have on your TV? I don't know if you'll talk about the cover. The cover is to stop the lights flickering off it. Martin is talking to the TB. Martin is talking to TB. Martin, how weird is that? Tweet his headphones for me helps with the treble. It should do if it's properly implemented. I'm more of a Rick Mill. Well, yeah, I do. I am a big Rick Mill fan rather than Chubby Round. And the early stuff of YouTube, and he had to come on and he didn't have to say anything, did he? He just come. Rick Mill, absolutely. It's what you call a comic actor. Absolutely fantastic. And sadly missed, I have to say. Roy Chubby Brown, just fucking crude. I meant the JB Extreme 3. Will it arrive this year? I've already got it. What do you mean, will it arrive this year? I've got it. I've got the JB Extreme 3, and I've done a review on it. Aren't Bluetooth speakers overpriced? They are. Yes, they are. Due to the big... No, it's not because of the big-ass battery. It's because they're taking the piss and they can get away with it. People charge what they can charge. Simple as that, isn't it? It's nothing to do with the battery. Do you know how much a fucking battery costs? Not a lot of money. I brought a Mini Rig Sub 3. I bought a Mini Rig Sub 3 and put a Bluetooth adapter to the auxiliary on the speaker. Makes cheap speakers sound great. Yeah, absolutely. If you do it that way, it's just a little bit fiddly. That is something you can do with Mini Rig Subwoofer. Anchor Soundcore Motion Plus is lovely. Absolutely. Indeed, I put it in the corner and it's fuller. What is the best speaker you tried until now? As I said, look guys, you want to know the best speaker in the world? Go and ask Olive. I don't listen to that many high quality speakers because of budget. The best speaker, the best system I've had is the Mini Rig. There's no secret, but it's very, very fiddly. Simple as that. I had the Bolit 17. That's a fantastic speaker, but it doesn't sound that great unless you go to medium or higher volumes. What the XB344 Conti Bonker wireless sex speaker. Listening to you on my XB43, which I bought per your recommend. Did I recommend it? It is a nice speaker. I think very happy with it. I said it's a safe speaker. It's never going to sound awful, never going to sound great. It's a very safe speaker with a big sound stage. Spitting image of whiskey reviews. Well, whiskey, yeah, why not? But I'm a big Balvenie fan. Hey Alan, I like the reviews, mate. Do you have a preferred select track list? No. When I'm testing, yeah, I listen to the music that I'm listening to all the time. When I do my reviews, I try to find new music if I can. I'm trying not so it doesn't get boring. I don't want you to listen to the same thing over and over. Do I own a pet? I had two lovely Alsatians. I'm going to start crying a bit. 40 people asking things. That's why my answer's going down and then you forgot what it's about. I've only got 30 people viewing, so I don't have 40 people going asking. But 40 people are asking things. Go on and remind me what you're talking about. Luciano, what are you talking about? Bro, then I'm behind. Check the review of the Extreme 3. What are you talking about? Check the review. I've done the review of the Extreme 3. Hello, I love you. I'm guessing you're not one of my ex-girlfriends. Bluetooth speaker is way overpriced. Yes. They take the piss out of us because we like Bluetooth speakers. Absolutely. If you just want a speaker that sounds good, don't get a Bluetooth speaker. Only get a Bluetooth speaker. If you want a portable speaker, you're going to pay well over the odds. Shampoo reviews. Why you asking me that? Why are you asking me about shampoo reviews? What have I done now? Bad enough you talk about Alsatians in the morning crying. Do you think streaming service such as Disney will kill cinema? I think virtual reality will kill cinema. If anything's going to kill cinema, I think we're really getting to the point where virtual reality will become the next big thing. I've waited years for a virtual reality to really become what it promised. I think we're almost there. I lost my dog. I don't think we started. Are you considering a second motion boom? Yes, I am considering a second motion boom. I can only imagine it sound fantastic. Cinema who hoards Corona virtual reality doesn't. What? Cinema hoards Corona virtual 20 years later. What are some of your favourite albums for listening to? So I've lost the plot here, so it's German Shepherd stuff. Do I prefer the Mini Rig 3 or the Sony XB30? I really like the XB30, and the Mini Rig 3 I like if you have it with the sub. So the Mini Rig 3 is a little bit sharp for me. Of course, you can use your own custom EQ, but I mean the XB30 is a little bit yesterday. It's still a classic speaker, but do you know what? If it was just the Mini Rig 3, as I always say, you can't judge the Mini Rigs on one speaker. It's about you can evolve to the full system. But if I can only have the Mini Rig 3 or the XB30, maybe I would probably go with the XB30. Do I listen to mainstream music? Mate, what do you think? What do you call mainstream music? I mean, I like Britney Spears. What are you talking about? I'm here. I'm in the real world. What are you talking about mainstream music? Didn't mean to upset you. Not upsetting me. Much. When you have a drink, you get emotional, don't you? So never mind. I prefer a directional speaker. Most of the time, yeah, as I do. I sit. That's what stereo's all about. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about hi-fi. That's about having stereo, and that's about sitting on axis. Once we start talking about 360-degree speakers, we're not talking about hi-fi. Come on, we're just talking about a sound. There's no sound stage. You can't have a 360-degree speaker and have a sound stage. Do you? No sense in disturbance. Sometimes I couldn't give a shit, and sometimes I do. It really depends. Billy Fury. Do you know what? Billy Fury. Billy. It's an emotional night. Billy Fury is buried just up the road from me. Sometimes I go up to where he's buried. Anyway, I don't know how many people remember Billy Fury. He's probably a poor man's Elvis, but in the UK, he still lives on, along with Cliff Richard. You may not be a big Cliff Richard fan, but Billy Fury was a unique personality. So part of the UK rock and roll business. Matt Monro. Blimey. I mean, some of you really showing your age, Matt Monro. Who was it? Didn't he have a famous daughter or something? But I do like Matt Monro, one of the great crooners. But did he have a famous daughter? I believe he did. I notice your lovely mug is... Mug? What mug? What mug are you talking about? I did not know that. Sorry, I've been listening to him lately. I love Cliff. Yeah. Who is the... Matt Monro was a bus driver, but didn't he have a famous daughter? Let me look. Let me Google it. Matt Monro daughter. Michelle Monroe. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking. I know who did have a famous daughter. Of course, that was Marty Wilde, whose daughter was Kim Wilde. What mug are you talking about? I didn't know that. Yeah, he was. Were you flight simming with a joystick? No, I mean, not with a joystick. Using steering wheel, I suppose you call it a yoke. And I can see him as a heavy metal fan. I like all music, and I never used to like heavy metal. The older I got, the more I've liked. I'm more into heavy metal, to be honest. And I can see him as a heavy metal fan. I don't. He had a famous daughter. I know his son sings. Yeah. Now you mention it, I think his son does sing. But yeah. But we know Marty Wilde, who kind of is similar to Billy Fury. Of course, his daughter Kim Wilde, Kids in America and all that. Where do you choose your songs to review? I just go on YouTube, and I'm looking for non-copyright songs, and I'm looking for songs that I like. I think, yeah, that sounds good to me. I like that. One of the main criteria, of course, has got to be, which wasn't originally, it's got to be consistent throughout the song. So there's a lot of songs I like, but it's not consistent. So that's the problem. You start chopping where you're going from one speaker to another. It's not consistent. It's not a great comparison. He had a famous daughter and his son. Yes, where do you choose? If I need to wait for an answer, then in the meanwhile, other people ask their questions, then my reply will be at the bottom, and that's why it isn't clear. I'm sorry, mate. That's life, innit? It ain't perfect, that's for sure. Have you played Elite Dangerous? No, I haven't. I don't know what that is. The Flip 6. Did I see the Flip 6? Great sex number surge? The Flip 6? I'm not aware of it. Do you have any other hobbies with electronics? Do I fly drones? I don't fly drones because now, of course, it's restricted in the UK. Got to have a license. And other than flight above my property, there's not a lot of interest. So it is something I was interested in, but by the time I could afford it, you got to have a license, and it seems a bit awkward. It's a matter of how do I splice up my time? I really don't have that much spare time. There's so much I've got to do. I wish I could do speaker reviews every day. So I'm doing as much as I can. Am I interested in drones? Absolutely. Who isn't? Why wouldn't you be interested in drones? Seeing an aerial view. As a photographer, as I said previously, I've been a professional photographer in years gone by. And as a photographer, it does interest me greatly. But I haven't actually owned a drone. Your opinion on jazz rock fusion? Are you a fan? I can listen to all music. I can't say that's what I would choose to listen to. Most of my tracks are EDM, aren't they? So, but I do like EDM. I do like heavy rock. I do like 50s rock and roll. I do like country music. I like most genres. A lot of these genres I don't use in the comparison tracks because they don't transfer well. But jazz rock fusion, no, I can't say that's something I am hugely into. Should I sell my 2 motion pluses for the motion booms? Yeah, if that was me, I would. But you got to ask yourself, do I feel lucky? No, you got to ask yourself, do you value deep, genuine bass over dispersion and clarity? And that's what we're talking about. Both are decent speakers. One does really great deep bass and the other has great dispersion. Doesn't have great dispersion on the Motion Boom. We talked about it before. Listening off axis, is it great? No, it isn't great on the Motion Boom. Dispersion is better on the Motion Plus, and detail is better on the Motion Plus. You're going to have to ask yourself, which one do you prefer? Prince was a great artist. Do you know, I didn't appreciate him for a long time. I do appreciate Prince now. He was a great artist, very individual, sorely missed. Yeah, he was. And you know, he wrote Manic Monday, and I love Manic Monday. Who were the Bangles? Yeah, that's it. So I love the Bangles. I didn't know for a long time that Prince wrote that track, and so I'm a great. As I said, I am a Prince fan anyway. I wasn't originally. Sometimes you have to know these people over a period of time to appreciate what they're doing. And he was a great songwriter, let alone as a standalone artist. Think you'd like Elite? It's a space game in the Milky Way, model at 1.1. Well, it's not something I've heard of, to be quite honest. I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to do outside speaker reviews. I live in central London. There's fuck all spaces to do outside reviews. And the other thing is, as I said, I come from a science background. Everything I do is geared about repeatable, predictable results. And that means controlling all your variables. You can't do that outdoors. So I everything I have tried to gear myself towards with my setup is about, as I said, repeatable, predictable results. Can't do that outdoors. I would like to go outdoors. My current setup would not allow me to do that. Would that do a lot of people want me to do that? Absolutely. Olive does that, so it's not like you need me to do that. Have you ever considered who was the most famous person you have taken a picture of? I've not taken a picture of anyone famous. I picked up a lot of famous people when I was cabbying. The most memorable person I picked up was Kylie Minogue. Do you know what? For years I was a fan of Kylie Minogue. Oh, she's gorgeous. And I finally picked her up, and she was with her friend. And do you know what? She didn't acknowledge me for 1 second. And I thought when she got out of the cab, she'd at least say thank you or goodbye. Didn't even acknowledge me. That the biggest disappointment of my cabbing career was picking up Kylie Minogue, who I still think is blinking gorgeous. I've never taken pictures of anyone famous. Most, I didn't do that sort of pictures. A lot of them are landscapes and pictures of London. All my published stuff were just simply pictures of London. So not portraits or anything like that. I like the fact you keep it to budget speakers. Yeah. That's because at this point I can't. I can afford to keep buying reasonably cheap speakers and compare them. If I was to go, I would like to go the £200-300 level, but it only makes sense if you're doing lots of speakers like that. You can compare. Would like to. My channel, my earnings doesn't warrant it. I'm down to 28 people viewing, and I'm not surprised. Do you know the wireless Koki Benno Lex set? What's this with sex speakers you keep asking me at? Mate, look, I'm not shying away from a sex speaker. But what does a sex speaker mean? Alan Rose, neither of which is spelt correctly. Your analysis are very unique and up-to-dated about Bluetooth speakers. I always watch your attention. Well, thank you very much, Hussein. All I can say is I'm humbled by each and every one of you that is watching me. Right this second, I'm thinking to myself, Evan, you've got your own life to live. Why speakers suck for movies and soundbars? Two different horses for courses. Soundbar, you can't use a soundbar for music, and you can't use music speakers as soundbars. When you listen to movies, it's about the deep bass. You've got to remember, most music tracks do not have bass like that. I'm gonna put reality TV. So music most of a music track does not go that deep. If you look at the frequency range of those instruments, they do not go that deep. But when it comes to movies and explosions, they go blinking deep. So horses for courses. One day, I'm sure there will be a crossover. But at this point, they do two very different things. Soundbars reproduce movie explosions, and stereo speakers reproduce. There's a soundstage there. So when I listen to my soundbar, that's fantastic when I'm listening to movies. And then I start playing music through it, and there's no separation. I'm lacking detail. They do different things. One day, hopefully, they will do the same thing. But in my experience, they do not. Why speakers suck from you? Alan, go. Got school tomorrow. Luciana, bye. The vegan bastard. Manic Monday. Yeah.
Just a manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday.
Something like that. Message delete retracted. Can be so fussy on license fees and paperwork for drone. Yeah. What's your favourite loudspeaker brand? My favourite loudspeaker brand. Well, it's going to be Soundcore. They're doing some awesome speakers. Have you ever been to Estartit? I know a club that sounds awfully like that. I don't know if that's what you like. It's close to Girona. Well, I'm not going to get into that because I know the Naughty Club that sounds a bit like that. What's your best custom EQ tested on the Motion Boom? What's my best custom EQ on the Motion? Well, I've published. Yeah. Look at my last custom settings, which was 100. Everything is exactly what I use, except for the 150 Hz slider. I got it +2 in my last video. I'm about -1, to be quite honest on that. A detailed video, so others can get a great sound. As I said, to be honest, most people are saying they're pushing that 150 Hz slider higher. Me personally, in my environment, I want that 150 Hz below 0 to retain clarity on vocals and to reduce boom. Mainly, I use Bluetooth speakers at low volume. No, sure. What do you call low volume? I certainly do low volume tests, but most people do not listen to them at low volume, and that's why you do not get most tests at low volume. So sometimes I do 40%, sometimes 50%. I don't know what you call low volume. I certainly try and do low volume. Would you sell Alan Ross your t-shirt? So, you know what? I don't know why anyone. Why would you buy a t-shirt that says Alan Ross Reviews? I've thought about it. People ask me, and I'm thinking, look, I could start money grabbing, but what's the point? You can go on eBay and get your t-shirt printed for £5 and tell them that's what I do. I say print a t-shirt that says Alan Ross Reviews. So I'm not going to mug people off for money. It's nice to think people would actually walk up. I say to myself, why would anyone walk around with a t-shirt that says Alan Ross Reviews? I've got 10,000 subscribers. Oliver's got 150,000 subscribers. For me, it's like an ego trip, isn't it? Do you know Olive Cookies? No. Have you thought of starting a Patreon? I've got 10,000 subscribers. I am a teeny weeny little channel. I actually put mine slide to -2 on the Motion Boom. Good. At the end of the day, what you like is all that matters. No Patreon, no. I'm not going to go on Patreon and say, right, I'm not going to put that on YouTube. I haven't even thought about Patreon. Not even thought about making money. What I thought about is doing this and still having a life. UE Boom 3. As I said, I did have the original UE Boom. It was a load of shit, but at the time I thought it was pretty good. I had 2 of them. I went on holiday. I was in Torremolinos. I spent 2 weeks with a pair of them either side of me, lying on the beach. I was happy. Do you know what? I think it was that. After that, I came home, bought the JBL Charge 2, and I realised I didn't have any bass at all on the UE boom, and then moved on. Boom 3 isn't great. It doesn't surprise me. I mostly listen at low volume because I live in a flat. Welcome to the club. It's also important to me, and I'm grateful that you cover it. Cover what? I mostly listen at low volume. Oh, low volume. Oh, fair enough. But that's the thing. I record at low volume. What volume are you playing it at? I keep telling people, I record at low volume, play it at low volume. If you replay it at max volume, it makes fuck all sense, doesn't it? I'd wear a t-shirt for sure. Do you know what? I see on these other channels like DLX Willington, get my stuff and become a member. I don't even know what it's all about. Would you see if you want to come on my channel because you want to hear my opinion on the speaker? I'm giving you my opinion on the speaker. Why would you? Brilliant. Listen, people, if you pay money for a t-shirt that's got my name on, that seems fantastic to me. But when I think to myself, do I need to spend time pursuing it? I think to myself, well, why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. I wouldn't wear a t-shirt that says Olive Gadgets. He's got 150,000 subscribers. I admire Olive Gadgets, and I think he's got a great ear. But why would I walk about, I'm going to go down the pub and I'm going to Olive Gadgets, and am I going to impress anybody? No. I reduce upper bass for low end, but yeah, absolutely. T-shirt are overrated. Well, you ain't going to buy one then, clearly. I'd totally wear an Alan Ross Reviews t-shirt. That's what my mum said. I would wear one too. Well, maybe I can get some printed. But guys, you can do that. Go on eBay and you can get them printed. Because if I sell them, isn't that what I'd have to do anyway? Go on eBay and get them printed. So as I said, I don't really understand it. I'm not trying to rip anyone else. Forget a t-shirt. I want to see people get tattoos. Beautiful face. Now you are taking a Mickey vegan bastard, aren't you? In my pretty face. Because I keep thinking I need a facelift. I need me eye bags. When I put up my thumbnails, I take the eye bags out. So if I'm going to get anything done, definitely think my eye bags need coming out. Sex shirt. What is this tonight? Look, I'm not averse to any sex chat, but it was something about sex speakers a few times, and I'm getting a sex shirt. Gonna have to really give me an idea of what you're talking about. Oh, I finally got the end of all the comments. I'm gonna have to. I'll go and get myself another drink then, I think. Oh, vegan bastard as he's coming. Don't talk silly. You're a legend, mate. To who? Right, I've got 10,000 subscribers. How can I be a fucking legend? I've got 10,000. 10,000 subscribers to me is absolutely fantastic. I think it's incredible. Never imagined I'd have it. But in the reality, in the real world, that's nothing, is it? Are you going to try for X Factor again? Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? They're fucking bastards. The last time we have X Factor, must be. I was queuing for like 5-6 hours. I go in, and there's a woman sitting there who's apparently a producer, and she's looking for a charger for a phone. I'm singing. She said, "Will you start in your own time?" Blah, blah. And she's looking for a charger for a phone. I mean, she clearly took absolutely no notice of what I was saying. And by the time I finished it, she said, "Oh, thank you very much for coming, blah, blah, blah." Must be about 30 seconds. And all she was interested, I mean, it's disgusting. To be honest, all they want is a sub story. I thought, when I first started doing those auditions, I thought, yeah, they want to hear people with a proper voice. They don't. They want to hear people with a proper sob story. That's all they want. You've got to fit in with what they're looking for. The last time I went with me mum. My mum is... Mum, I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to have to tell them, you're over 80. I'm walking with my mum. They come up to me mum. I'm the one who's auditioning. How old are you? I'm like, I'm over 80. Are you auditioning? No, I'm not. Oh. So interested in my mum. Not because she was over 80. Not interested in me. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks. I'm an ugly bastard. There's no such thing as an ugly bastard. If she's had enough to drink, you're not an ugly bastard. What in the hell is a sex speaker? I'm asking that sex speaker. People have been saying that in the comments. Sex speaker. Thanks for the great reviews. Well, thank you for thinking there are great reviews. Can't buy a speaker before I hear your review. What did you do before? I mean, this is just unbelievable to me. Right from the beginning, the first time someone said, I bought blah, blah, blah because I saw it, I thought, I'm influencing people to buy a speaker. I think that's incredible. As I said, I started by watching Oliver's channel and started doing my own reviews because I thought his opinion is not completely 100%. And the idea that anyone is buying a speaker because I'm giving my opinion, it's unbelievable to me. I'm going to pour myself another drink in a minute. Do you know what? It's past midnight here. I'm having a bloody good time. I could do this all day long. Of course, I'm a bit alcoholic, but I'm fucking enjoying this. Didn't know you sang. I do sing. And I was a comic. I was a stand-up comic. We're going back a long time. I'm talking about the 80s. So I wanted to be. Do you know? Got rejected by Butlins. You can't get worse than being rejected by Butlins as a redcoat. And I did. And then I tried to be a comic. I wanted to be a singer, but because I couldn't get on as a singer, I tried to be a comic. And I don't know. I didn't do too bad as a comic. But why did I need to earn money, to be honest. We're talking about the 80s. I just wanted to be famous. To be honest, I wanted to be able to go to Benidorm or Magaluf and some. Are you that? I know you that geezer. And that's not changed. I would still like that to happen. That has never happened in my life. Nobody's ever walked up to me and said, "I know you. Are you Alan Ross?" No. And to be honest, I wasn't Alan Ross. When I was on stage, I was Al Rowe. I know that sounds awful now, but I was. To me, that Al Rowe was my stage name, and that's what I tried to make a success at. Alan Sex Ross T-shirt speaker. Can't bonk that. Oh, no. I never watch it, but I would cheer you on. Martin Newland. You never watch what? I thank you, anybody who's still watching and who's commenting. I just think I'm sitting here in my flat and I'm having a laugh. I'm seeing people commenting to me. I'm thinking, if I could earn money doing this, I think, blimey, this is what it's all about. I've become an alcoholic, absolutely. I'm going to pour myself another drink in a minute. But, yeah. 20,000 subscribers. So I reckon if to do well, I need to be doubling every year. So I'd hit 10,000 by January. It may be you may think I'm over hoping, but yeah, 20,000. I am hoping by the end of the year. To be honest, to double. Yeah. Well, Oliver has an attitude. Do you mean when he says all other reviewers are liars? Your personality is awesome. Yeah, this is what I say. So right, Nick stopped saying that to me because then that makes me very conscious and that makes me try to be a character. So I just want to be myself. Do you know what? It's midnight. I should be in bed. I'm having a laugh. I'm carrying on. But I don't know. 30 people is probably nothing to Linus Tech Tips. To me, it's like it's huge. They just take the mick out of people. Ooh, sadly, it's all about making money. Look, I don't say it's sad to make money. We all want to make money. Let's be honest. If we could make money, we would. It's getting late in France. It's getting late here, to be honest. But why can't I quit this dream? You probably have by now. To be quite honest with you. Tasty Alan Sex Ross Piggers. What's this sex shit? Do you remember year 90? Yes, I do remember 1991. Did we have cell phones or YouTube? We didn't have either. As I said, I got into IT pre-Google. And it was amazing because not a lot of people understood the Google algorithm when it first hit. And if you did, you made a lot of money. And that's where I made a lot of money. The Vegan Bastard, awesome. What kind of songs do you sing? I sing anything. I like Elvis. But when I do the auditions, I like to sing country, to be quite honest with you. Is the charge for shower sex? Shower sex? Great. Is the charge for great? No, it's not great. No. Could be rejected by Pontins. I got rejected by Butlins, as I said. I've never met anyone who's been rejected by Butlins. I was rejected by Butlins. The way he talks to subscribers in the comments there is just bullshit. Just plain. Oh, you're talking to someone else. It doesn't matter how people. It doesn't. Don't worry about comments. It's all good. It's all good to the Google algorithm. Doesn't matter if they say you shit or you're good. Google algorithm apparently just likes activity. AX3 any good? I don't know. I've never heard of it. I never watch X Factor. Do you know? I don't watch it anymore. It used to be fantastic. Once you get to realise what's behind it and how manipulated it is, yeah, you lose the heart for it. My uncle was a blue coat. Well, Butlins, of course, are red coats. So who did he work for that was a blue coat? Because yeah, Butlins was a red coat, wasn't it? Are you looking forward to the new Tribbit large Bluetooth speaker? Not really. I can't give a shit. Be quite honest with you. Alan Ross sex bit. I said, fuck you going on at charge free? Yeah, I like the charge free. Very outdated now. Made my 25k. What? Any hobbies? Any hobbies? I'm a dart player. I wanted to be the world fucking champion world dart player. So yeah, any hobbies? I'm a dart player. Do you know, people are like, oh, darts, oh, it's so funny. Darts is huge. Darts is a multi-million-pound game now. You look at how much they win for the World Championship. Darts is huge. Don't laugh if someone says darts. It's a big game. Why Butlins? Was it that rejected you? They are sods. Oh, they're fucking... I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I still ask myself, I look at this shit that you see on stage at Butlins, and they rejected me. I really don't know. Do you know what? Because I went as a comedian, but they asked me to sing, and because I said, oh, I don't read music, and I don't know. Maybe I talked myself out of it. I don't know. I was auditioned for Big Brother. The process was a joke. Yeah, they are. People don't understand. All these shows, how contrived and manipulated they are. It's disgusting, quite honestly. What's your thought on a stock that makes drone warfare? What's your thought on a stock that makes drone warfare? Warfare? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't know. The 91, the recession. What the fuck? Oh, 1991. Yep. I didn't quit. Are you still here, Mr. Theobald Maharinja? One of my biggest commenters. A long time. I mean, as I said, I know exactly who comments on most of my videos. I know you're one of them. And I appreciate that. Thank you. The speaker he loves today is tomorrow's kitchen radio. That's Olive's Revenues. When that went out. A speaker he loves today is tomorrow. Yeah, well, of course. Hopefully, all speakers improve. So I would hope that today's motion boom is tomorrow's kitchen speaker. Yeah, absolutely. Love your reviews. I think you would get more if you kept them a bit shorter. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. I'm not chasing views. I can't make this any clearer. I'm doing reviews that I want to watch. I'm not here for views and I'm not here for money. Do I want to make money? Absolutely. But if you think I'm trying to, if I was trying to optimize for YouTube, they'd all be 10 minutes. I don't give a fuck. Speaking there, cheers from Mexico. Thank you, Mexico. Inflation, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. is Harman Kardon, of course, is the high-end brand of JBL. So are they any good? Theoretically, yes. Alan, hi from Chile in South America. I from the UK. If someone told you about a stock and you put 1,001k in and got 150k, what is that? And they got 150k out, would you be happy? Yes. Is this a trick question? If I put a 1k, so if I got 150,000 to 1, if I got a horse at 151 in the Grand National, would I be happy? Yes. Why is this a question? Harman Kardon is the owner of JBL, yes. Do you think titanium speakers actually make a difference in the motion room? I don't know. That's what they say. They're using titanium speakers. All we know is it goes blinking deep. If you look into the technical aspects of titanium speakers, there's nothing to suggest they're that much better at going deep. I think titanium speakers isn't, as far as the motion boom goes, I think that is marketing. But they've done something. There's something going on with that speaker that makes it fantastic in terms of in true deep bass. True deep bass. Do you know Techno Moan? Techno Moan? No, I've no idea who that is. Barry Hearn was Barry Hearn, and of course Eddie Hearn is the guy who's got his oar into boxing now. Do you know what? There's nothing annoys me more than Eddie Hearn coming on. Hey, here's me. I'm a Cockney. Listen to me. I know what's going on. Another 6 million quid. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I can't stand Eddie Hearn. Barry Hearn, fair enough. Eddie Hearn lives off his dad. He loves himself. Eddie Hearn loves himself, and he wants publicity for himself. Could he done better with Joshua? Anthony Joshua? Absolutely. Should Anthony Joshua already have boxed Tyson Fury? Of course. When Anthony Joshua fights Tyson Fury, of course he's going to get his head knocked out. Tyson Fury's going to knock him out. It's not even in question. Tyson Fury is like 20 times the boxer that Anthony Joshua is. But why haven't they boxed up to this point? Eddie Hearn thinks he knows what he's doing. Of course he does know what he's doing. Look, he's a fucking multi-millionaire. Who am I? I'm sitting here working out how I'm going to pay my water bill. Who am I to criticise Eddie Hearn? The fact is, Joshua should already have been fighting Eddie Hearn, and we shouldn't even be talking about Anthony Joshua anymore. Sorry about my typing. That's all right. Hi, Alan. Well, hello, PSPIO97. TV shows are the bane of my existence. Why? I wish I was good at darts. My dad was darts caption at the Red Lion in Tuppington. What was darts caption? Don't know what that means. The Harman Kardon on 50. I don't know what that is. I hear a lot of classical music on my sound called Motion Plus. Any recommended classical? Well, to me, classical music means dynamic. To me, classical music is highly dynamic. You want a highly dynamic speaker, and to be quite honest, the Motion Boom is pretty dynamic. I think the Motion Boom has handled classic music really, really well. I'm reading. It's cold as shit. It is fucking cold as shit. Yeah, I've got my central heating set at 26 degrees centigrade, which is 26, 52, 82, and it's okay. Classical kicks, Van styles are great. EQ, man. Don't make your video short. The length is what is. Listen, you can tell me to make my video short. You can tell me to make my videos long. Doesn't matter. I'll make my videos what I think they should be. So do you know what? I think so. I'm going to do a 15-minute video. Blah blah blah. I record the comparisons, 60%, 8%, 100%. Then I record the intros for that, and then I look at it. It's like I've got half an hour. I've been talking. I think, how the have I been talking about? That's just how it is. That's how it is. Yes, if I did 10-minute videos, I'd be fucking going up the rankings on YouTube. I'm just doing what I think is what it deserves. Keep the reviews the same length. We like it in depth. I will keep them the same. Greetings from Poland. Hello from the UK. Keep making videos. I'm impressed by your passion and knowledge. Well, thank you very much. Agree with Martin. Tyson, would you do, Josh? I hope Tyson does, Joshua. I really, really do. And I think he will. You know what? I wasn't a big Tyson Fury fan, but what he's done, he's met every challenge. And what a great story. It's going to make a great film, isn't it? The adversity that he's overcome drugs, blah, 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 and all the rest. There's only this thing that he's mixed up with the geezer who's this big criminal. I hope that doesn't overshadow everything, but I have to say, I wasn't a big Tyson Fury fan, but everything he's been doing, I am now. And Joshua, he lost to a fat bastard. And the fact that he lose, Ruiz, how did he lose to a guy like that? You can't tell me Anthony Joshua is one of the all-time greats when you lose to someone who's like 10 stone overweight and is actually a middleweight. So yeah, I hope Tyson Fury puts the record straight, puts boxing straight, and knocks out of Anthony Joshua. Fuck the Hearns. Well, as I said, I don't like Eddie Hearn, but his dad's alright. A good duck. Personally, I'm a big Ibasso fan, but I can't say I've listened to everything. Are you a Formula 1 fan? No. A Formula 1 fan? Oh my God. A Formula 1 fan. And the car's gone round the track. And he's gone round the track again. And he's gone round the track again. And, oh, look, the car's gone round the track again. I've never seen anything as boring. They talk about, it's as boring as watching paint drying, but I'd rather watch paint drying than Formula 1. I think it's the biggest load of shit ever. Is there anything you haven't reviewed? Yes, there's a fucking million things I haven't fucking reviewed. And what do you think about the artist? I've never... John Bellion. I don't know. Who is that? I love... Who's John... Alright, I'm going to Google it. You are John Bellion. I don't know who the fuck that is. Do you know what? I must be getting involved in this because I've not even pulled me up and have a drink. An American singer rap. I didn't even know. He was born and raised in Lake. Anyway, let's go Wikipedia.com. He's best known for his song "All Time Low." I didn't know. All along with his mixtapes. Well, I didn't know him. I got to admit. I'm just not that. I haven't got my head completely on the pulse like I would like to. I don't. Tribbit, are you still awake? What time is it with you, mate? Thank you for being awake, but I don't know why you're still awake. I don't know who the hell Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are the two world champions. Two British heavyweight world boxing champions of the world. That's who they are. How can you not know that? I love Formula 1. Call me freaking strange, but I'm into sumo wrestling. Sumo wrestling. Oh my God. We've got MMA, you know. I don't. What is sumo wrestling about? It's about being fat and big, isn't it? In this world of mixed martial arts, how does sumo wrestling exist? Barry Hearn is a shameless money grabber. That's Eddie Hearn. Barry Hearn is alright. No, I don't mind Barry Hearn. Eddie Hearn, he's up his own arse. Do you like songs in other? Yes, even some of my comparison songs are in other languages. Sumo is awesome. As I said, all things to all tastes. Yeah, we used to have in the UK. We used to have wrestling, like Big Daddy and stuff like that. But these weren't. Just because they're on telly doesn't mean it won't be on telly. I find it's fucking awesome, awful. I'm not far from the vegan bar. You're not far from me. You're certainly not one of my neighbours, but if you're, how far are you from me? Because my neighbours all hate me. I could do with some neighbours that don't hate me. Martin Newland used what? Who would win in a fight, SpongeBob or my gran? Well, we don't know your gran. She may be fucking on steroids. We don't know. I'm reading in Berkshire. Do you mean Berkshire? Are you in Berkshire? Yes, you are. Why are you in that? It's like nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. I think to myself, why am I not asleep here? I'm having a fucking good time here. I hear your nanny's too busy knitting to fight. No, that's not true. Would you like to listen to John Bellion songs for once? I don't even know. I think his mastering is top notch, and the instruments which it's too late for these deep questions. I don't know. What are your thoughts of speaker companies like JBL and Soundcore? The mono route on some of their speakers. What the fuck is mono about? What? Why is what's that all about? I mean it's bollocks. So JBL and Soundcore. I know it's late, but sod work. Yeah, I'm not got work in the morning, to be quite honest with you. I just got to get up. Soundcore for comparison to the speakers in it. As I said, it's what are you waiting for? It's nothing special. In fact, I could do that now. Where's my phone? Right, let me give me. Oh, it's here. So Max Sound Plus.
It hurts to admit that we're no different. I find it hard to commit, but you don't even try. Still I'm better with than without you.
Right, now we're going to do Soundcore 3. How woolly is that bass? Completely out of control. Max Sound Plus, isn't it? Anyway, I am going to do a video on it. So, anyway. I've not had the drink. I should have had more to drink by now. I bet you don't read this comment. I bet you... fuck off. What are your thoughts... Barry, do you like songs in other language? Yes. Yeah, I'm not a father. Who would you win in a fight with? I'm reading this in. I hear your nan is too busy knitting to fight. Would you listen to John Bellion's? Fuck is he? For once, I think the mastering is top. Yeah, it is. Blah 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 blah. What are your thoughts? Speak up. Like JBL was Soundcore going the mono. A Soundcore going the mono route? I don't know. JBL. I don't think Soundcore. I think it's taking the piss. Mono. I saw this week. Is this really? Yeah, I think it's a load of bollocks. A vegan bastard. You've been here all fucking day. I think it's incredible. I salute you, the vegan bastard, still being here. And for me, it's 10 to 1 in the morning. And I'm thinking, if I stay here much longer, it'll be time to get up. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I didn't expect to still be here. Do you know what? I've got enough whiskey left and have a drink. And I'm thinking, shall I go to bed? Shall I have a drink? I'm having a good time. 25 concurrent viewers. It's not like this afternoon when I had like 60. But who gives a fuck? I know it's late, but sod the work. I'm not working in the morning. I told you. I just got to fucking be able to get up. Sound cool. Do you know what, the vegan bastards? Before tonight, I wasn't aware of you. Where have you been? Tonight, you've been fucking awesome. I love it. Tribbit, he's still here. You in France. For you, I think it's even worse than me. Isn't it 2 o'clock in the morning? Neighbours don't like me either. But they don't. Fuck the neighbours. Exactly. When they don't even know where it's coming from, even better. Yeah, I mean, do you know, that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue people have with properties is neighbours. And to be honest, they complain about me more than I complain about them. But whatever, they hate me for the wrong reasons, but I hate them for the right reasons. Do you play any instruments? No, not really. You could say, do you play or can you play any instruments? And I'm going to say no for that one. Are you a fan of outside the music like shags? I'm certainly a fan of having a shag. I don't know if that means the same to you as it does to me. Live review. I'm not doing a review, am I? I'm glad that you think this is epic, but I'm not doing a review. I agree with you. I think this is epic. I think it's epic. I can sit here and have a drink, and people are watching me, right? So, that's amazing to me. I'm a geezer like you. So I'm thinking, I'm going to have a drink tonight. Instead of having a drink on my own, I'm sitting here with a webcam pointed at me. People are watching me as though they're interested in me. Like, why? So, I don't know. We've run out of people. There was a point where people were asking about mattresses. I know most of you are speakers. We have run out of the mattress people. Poor motion boom. Getting tossed around. Maybe in your bed, not in mine. Live speaker review. I'm not doing reviews, Mr. Pumpkin. I'm not reviewing. Fuck all. Alan. Mike, you're still here. Incredible. With a buzz is also. Alan with a buzz. Have I got a buzz on? It's 5-1. Do you know what? I'm going to have one more drink. I think I may have a buzz on. I'm going to regret this in the morning. I may well delete this in the morning before my mum sees it. But I'm thinking, I've not done this before. This is like, I could spend a week doing a review and 2 people see it. And I'm just sitting here having a laugh. And like, I don't, how many people have seen it? Let's have a look. Does it tell me? No, it actually doesn't tell me. But I saw in the other one, it was like 400 people saw me. That's like 1,000 people on the normal review would be huge. I really don't understand what it's all about, Alfie. You probably don't even know what Alfie means. But in the UK, Alfie is was an old film. What's it all about, Alfie? So what was the last message? Drunk reviews. Am I drunk? I don't think I'm drunk, but tell me if you think I'm drunk. Fuck Sony. Fuck Sony. Fuck Sony. Fuck JBL. Because you. Live review. Wow, sick. I'm not doing the fucking review. Like your channel. Doesn't matter how long reviews are. This is seem to be half an hour. I'm not actually trying to make them to any particular length, but they do seem to average half an hour. As I said, if you're trying to optimize to the algorithm on YouTube, you'd be doing 10 minutes. The way you're enthusiastic and honest about whatever you're reviewing is an instant watch. Okay, fair enough. As long as your girlfriend thinks the same. Distorted mess, yeah, probably. Time for a drink, top up. Do you know what? I was thinking the same thing. Top up me drink. I will be back. I have to tell you, that didn't go as planned. It's still not going as planned. So I'm fucking spilling it all over the fucking place. Right, for me, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I am a little bit pissed. But I'm having a lot of... Every time I fucking move, fucking spilling my drink. Oh dear. This is why I never go live again. This is reality, okay? I'm not a fucking geezer who's fucking sponsored by anybody at all. Would you listen to John? What are your thoughts of speaker? I know it's like a comparison to the speaker and blah 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 blah. Neighbours don't like me either, but they know who's playing me. Oh no, fuck! You know, it's the biggest problem for people who own a property. Our neighbours and yeah, it's a fucking issue, isn't it? I bet you don't read this comment, though. Fucking, I haven't read it at all. I couldn't give a fuck about your comment. Do you play any instrument? Didn't I already say this? Have I gone back further than I should have? Are you a fan of outside of music like the Shags? I've seen all this, haven't I? Live reviews like this is epic. As I say, it's not a review. It's not a review. Paul Motion gets tossed. Live speaker. Yeah, Alan with a buzz. Mate, this is not me with a buzz. There's a difference between being pissed and having a buzz, isn't there? What is the difference between a buzz? Being a little bit drunk. I think you have more awareness with a buzz than drunk. Fuck Sony. Quite honestly, fuck them all. Fucking no, they're all taking a fucking piece. They're all making a fucking profit, aren't they? So fuck them all. And by the way, I spilled drink all down me. Whether you can see it or not, oh fucking. Live review, sick. Live, like your channel. Doesn't matter how long. Yeah, we are digital. Time for a drink. Top. I did that video. I did drunk reviews. First of all, it's not a review. And second, I don't think I'm drunk. Thank you, sir. You vegan bastard, still here. I'm taking note of you guys who fucking still here, fucking supporting me. Yeah, I'll take note. I'm always watching, mate. Well, fuck you, vegan bastard. TB Martin is still here too. TB Martin, one of my long time supporters, someone that I'm well aware of, and I'm very. I care about all of you guys, especially the ones who have told me personal stuff. Drunk reviews is actually a great idea. Right, I'm not doing a review. I could do. Guys, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I'm a sad fucker, aren't I? What am I doing? I'm talking to a webcam. 1 o'clock in the morning. What a sad bastard am I? So I don't know. I'm either I'm gonna be famous on YouTube, or a sad fucking bastard. Where did the bastards with the speakers go? I laughed so hard on the reaction. What? Where did the bastards with the sex speakers go? I don't know what you're talking about. The Shags. I don't know if the Shags are the same to you as the Shaggies. The Shags in the UK, it's a bit of Frank Zappa. I don't know. It was better than the Beatles. Do you know? I never appreciated the Beatles at the time. I was really young in the 60s, but I was alive in the 60s. There was that film, wasn't there? Did you see that film? About where the bloke wakes up and nobody remembers the Beatles except the geezer who wakes up. I can't remember the name of the film, but it's about him. He remembers the Beatles, and so he rewrites all the Beatles songs, and because nobody else remembers, that he ends up going to see John Lennon. Was that a fucking great film, to be quite honest with you. Why am I talking about this? About the Beatles was better than the Beatles. As I said, I didn't appreciate the Beatles at the time. I look at every year since then, I've appreciated the Beatles more and more. The Beatles are fantastic, really. 27 is what I see, because you haven't seen 69 yet, have you? We need more live streams out of them. He's nice to chill. Well, do you know what? I am chilling. I've never tried this before. I will try it again. If I do too many of this, I'll be alcoholic. On B, you may not take me seriously. Put a wig. Oh, this is a wig. What mic are you using for this live? I'm using a Rode mic. What is this? The Rode. I'm using the Rode NT5.
Mr. Pumpkin, this man is a legend. No, he's not, because nobody's fucking heard of him, and he's got 10,000 subscribers, and Oliver's got 150,000.
My man is sloshed. I am sloshed, but not that sloshed, so I don't know what I'm fucking doing. It would be great if he came back with a wig on. The pressure. The fucking pressure. So, to me, this is my favourite wig, because it's from the 80s, where I belong. Are you using 2 for this live? What? What mic are you using? As I said, NT5. This man is a legend, blah, blah, blah. My man is... Oh, we did all that. The man, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend. I've got 10,000 subscribers. I can't be any of those, can I? It would be great if he came back with a wig on. Why? Blah, blah. He is a legend. I'm not a legend. I am a geezer. I will go with that one. He's a geezer. You ask why people are interested in watching you now. I think we're just curious about others and their vision of life. Everyone is so kind. What is in there? I'm back. I think it's... I haven't fallen asleep. I went to get a drink and all this other stuff. And I don't know why, but I even have a JBL alarm clock. It's called the JBL Horizon. Fuck, €80 for an alarm clock. €80. Mate, look, as they say, there's one born every minute. JBL, just take a short nap. So you're in France, aren't you? So it must be like 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't you have a job to go to or what? Legends. I'm not a legend, am I? How am I a legend with 10,000 subscribers? I'm not. I'd like to be. I would really love to be a legend, but I'm not a legend at all. Ebenezer good loan. Whiskey. I am drinking whiskey. I will give you that. I wasn't even gone that long. How long was I gone for? 2 minutes or something? He's went for a pee. I haven't even gone for a pee. I went to get another drink. He's probably done his slash. No, I wasn't. Oh, the vegan bastard just give me a smiley. What goes in, it's got to come out. Absolutely, but it's where it comes out of is the issue. Legend. I'm not a legend. Oh my god, you guys have called me legend. What the fuck have I done to be deserving of all this? See, this makes me think. Oh, I can't do this anymore because how can I live up to the hype? 10% Coke, 90% whiskey. No. I would say 30% whiskey and 70% Coke. We love you? I wish somebody loved me. What's up? Nothing. I just went to get another drink and have a pee. It's 2:04 in the Nietzsche, in the Netherlands. Yeah, because the rest of the UK, the rest of Europe are normally an hour ahead of us. It's 1:09 here. I'll be getting up in a minute. Oh my god, this is fantastic. You know, I'm talking because there's 29 people watching me, and I'm thinking, I could do this all day long. But then I couldn't do the comparisons, couldn't I? I'm just enjoying myself. I think it's amazing. So anybody wants to listen, 29 people are interested in what I've got to say. At this point, I've not got a lot to say. I'm answering your questions, but yeah, I'd like to have a strong opinion on a lot of subjects. I'm a sad bastard too. We're all sad bastard. My girlfriend has just left me. Your girlfriend? There's another one coming. Right. Your girlfriend has just left you. Do not stop eating, is my advice. Do not give a fuck is my advice. Got to remember, it's a numbers game. So the worst thing you could do at this point is focus on your girlfriend. It's a bad sign. You've even mentioned your girlfriend. Stop thinking about your girlfriend. You've got to move on. Remember, it's a numbers game. Okay? So it's like tubes and buses. There's another one along in a minute. It's a numbers game. You got to be the cool one. Got to move on. I'm still here. I know. I agree with you. No, I've been well in bed. Do you know what? I'm having a good laugh here. 1:10. Yeah, I'd normally be in bed. By the time I get to bed, I'll be thinking, what the heck was I doing? Yeah, I'm swearing now because I can't see monetization. Doesn't really matter at this point. So fuck it. Do you like Scott Walker of the Walker Brothers? No, the Walker Brothers, are they the same as the Righteous Brothers? I don't know the Walker Brothers. I'm thinking, oh my love, my dark. Are they the same ones? So who are the Walker Brothers? I kind of think I know them, but I'm thinking, what did they do? The Walker Brothers. Were an American pop group of the 60s and 70s. So what did they do? They included Noel Scott, Engel, known personally as Scott Walker, Joe, blah, 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 blah. Make it, the sun ain't gonna shine it. I know that one. Anymore. That's all I know. Because they're not huge in the UK, if I'm absolutely honest. Don't worry. I do toy reviews on the scale of sad, pretty, sure I beat you. I do toy reviews. Alan, I don't know why, but I even have a JBL alarm clock. Didn't we do that? For you, we got the wig. You asked me for the wig. I put the wig on. It's the 80s wig. It's my favourite wig. Check out the REO Brothers on YouTube. They cover the Beatles incredibly. Yeah, I will do. Yay, wig time. Blah 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 blah. In the meantime, I travelled over 150 kilometres, including this live stream from time to time, which is why I wrote so chaotically. Do you know, I'm at that point where I've lost the ability to actually process any sort of logic. The wig completes me. That was amazing. An amazing film. When what's his name? Tom Cruise says to his girlfriend, "You complete me." I mean, that is one of the great moments, to be quite honest. What was the film? You Complete Me it was it's on tip of my tongue. Great film. You have more subs than me, mate. 10,000. Who are you? Who are you? Tim, where's he gone? You should be proud. I am proud. Love the wig. Little Orphan Annie Ross. Someone else said that. Little Orphan Annie. I don't know. Classic. I love the video where your mum rang up and told us to say like button. Me mum loves me channel. Well, I got kicked out from my job because the company didn't have any money. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Left because of the corona crisis. I'm studying too, but everything is online and it's only free, so I'm free tomorrow. Well, it's a bit of a sad story. True flyer. I'm trying to think of something positive to say to you, but you got to, as your therapist will say, got to keep positive. Got to think positive, and it all come right in the end. You should go live with The Hangover. Matt, are you saying I'll have a hangover? Because I'm thinking, no, I don't know. Internet is great. Yeah, absolutely. My old girlfriend left me 2 years ago. I've moved on. Fuck her. Somebody certainly is. How do you pay for all these stuff? I'm paying out of my own money. I don't make money on my channel. It's simple as that. I pay out more money than I'm getting in terms of ads, blah blah blah, and Amazon links on my channel. So if you ask me a straight question, how do I make money? I don't. It's costing me more money to sit here and have a laugh on my channel. So this is the first time I've done a live stream. I'm thinking to myself, blimey, it costs me nothing to do this. I've not had to pay for a speaker. I'm not even reviewing a speaker, and people are watching me. I'll do more of this. So yeah, I'm thinking. So I'm having a laugh at the moment. I'm making nothing out of my YouTube channel. It's costing me more money in speakers than it is than I get. I get something back from Amazon and ads on YouTube. But yeah, absolutely, fuck all back. I miss my ex-girlfriend. Guys, you got to move on. This ain't good. We've all been there, right? So, she leaves you, and I never meet another one like that, and you can't eat and all that. Guys, it's just a numbers game. You've got to move on. Forget her, right? There's going to be another one. Start eating properly and move on. Your channel was amazing. Thank you. I mean, I think so, but not everybody does. And, thank you for saying that. I miss your ex. I miss your ex too. You're probably the only one that hasn't had her then. I miss it, blah, 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 blah. We all miss her, yeah. Well, thank you, Alan, for the advice. Family girlfriend, top bloke. Well, look, it's true, isn't it? We've all been there. Okay, I see you good time, but I have got up less than 5 hours. So good night, Alan. Good night. Good night. Oh, man, Tibet Miranda, it's 2 o'clock in the morning for you, isn't it? Are you still up? Nintendo actually owned Love Hotels. Actually owned Love Hotels in 1889. What? Do you have a PlayStation? No, I don't have a PlayStation. Jerry Maguire, that was one. Oh my God, what a great film. Jerry Maguire, one of my favourite all-time films. Do you have a PlayStation? No, blah blah blah. Hi, Alan. Hello. Who's that? Hello. 6IX. I have played Motion Bum. And I'm going to sleep now. Well, I don't blame you. Have a great stream, thank you. And good night. Thanks for all that you do, brother. Well, thank you very much, brother. I have an Xbox Series X and Switch. I have a PS5 this year. Good. Are you still fucking awake? I don't know how I'm still awake. I watched you when I was travelling. I mean, I drove a car. Now in Poland, there's a lot of snow everywhere. There's a lot of snow here. Mate, I'm telling you, it's everywhere over Europe. So I didn't expect you to still be... I'm still here, but it's great. Oh, thank you, Adam. Adam Beat, who's been all fucking night. I don't know how you're still here, mate. But I appreciate you for being here. Big thanks for helping me a while back. I bought a memory foam topper. And it's really helped my fibro pain. Just wanted to tell you... Well, thank you. As I said, I don't get that many people still talking about mattresses. I've moved on from mattresses. I hope to do more mattresses in the future. But I have lost faith in mattresses. Sorry if I burp. You know, they don't really want to work with me. They work with me if I ask them, but they'd rather give me a wide berth because I tell people everything about the mattress and I'm honest, and that's very unusual in the mattress industry. I didn't know that at the time, but that's reality. Extreme 3 versus Extreme 2. Well, I've done that. I've done the Extreme 3 versus the 2 versus the 1. It's 2 a.m. indeed. Sleepy. I know. It's all going to sleep. Eh?
Night, everybody, and I hope you have a nice sleep and everything. And if you've had as much whiskey as I have, you'll certainly have a good night. On a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk? I'm not drunk.
Because I've been drinking over long. Because you keep talking to me, the period over which I'm drinking. I don't know. What's the test for being drunk? I don't feel like I'm drunk. I'm clearly tipsy. What's the test for being drunk? I don't think I'm drunk because I think I've been drinking over a extended period. Lol. It's true, isn't it? Tell me, how do I know if I'm drunk or not? The only real way I know is if I start walking and I can't walk in a straight line. I'm going to try it. Yeah, I can walk in a straight line. I don't think I'm that drunk. I think I'm tipsy, but I'm not completely inebriated. Quite honestly, I mean, I could do a lot better. Joe Pascali. Oh man, I love Joe Pascali. Bob Ross, but Joe Pascali. I mean, I think he's one of my heroes. Portsmouth. Well, you're lucky, but surely the snow is going to hit you, Portsmouth. Are you still awake, mate? In France, I still well enough without knowing anything about mattress. No, it's like speakers. If you like what you're hearing, you're sorted, and if you like what you're sleeping on, you're sorted. It doesn't really matter. But Joe Pascali talks a bit like that, doesn't he? Do you think Minrig would ever come out with a big version like it? No, they don't seem to really. They don't really seem to have their finger on the pulse. It seems to me Minrig are going to carry on doing what they do. A subwoofer and a main speaker. That's about it. Honesty is the best policy. You'd hope so, wouldn't you? I mean, it's not even about being honest. I'm giving an opinion. As I said, I'm giving my opinion. I'm not sponsored by anybody. A lot of the bigger channels are sponsored, and they can't help but being slanted towards their sponsors. What is your favourite JBL speaker? I love the JBL 3, but we've moved on. In its time, the JBL 3 was a classic. Now, if I had to listen to a JBL speaker, maybe a pair of JBL Flip 5s. I can't say any of the JBLs excite me. I can stand up, so I'm not. You slashed. Oh, I don't know. Do you know? It's when I go to bed, and you close your eyes, and the room is still spinning. I mean, that's the ultimate test, isn't it? Is the room spinning when you're just trying to lay there and wait? Do not drive. I'm not fucking driving, that's for sure. I'm not as think as you drunk. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. You sound exactly like I am. Alan, what's your... have you got any advice for sharing on YouTube? For starting a YouTube? Like, how the fuck do I know? I've got 10,000 subscribers. It's not like I'm the fucking success of YouTube. How the fuck do I know? I'm still trying to be a success on YouTube. And you're asking me advice on YouTube. I've got no idea. Apparently, you got to have a 10-minute video. You got to pump out, 2 or 3 videos a week. Get people to like and share your videos, and that's it. I mean, that's the secret of the YouTube algorithm. But I mean, I don't know. Am I a huge success? No. I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. Do you still rank the Denon? Yes. The Denon 250 is a fantastic speaker. Even today. It's just that the vocals don't pop. The vocals are not forward of the actual drivers themselves. But absolutely, if £169 to you is worth spending, it's a great speaker. But £169. 2 Flip 4s sound pretty good. Maybe you're as drunk as I am. Can a bad mattress cause pulled muscles? Of course they can. Got a bad mattress, it can fuck your life up. Get a cat. I know everyone keeps telling me get a cat. My problem with getting a cat is it will jump on everything, on my food, on my table, on my kitchen. What am I going to do? I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. Am I drunk? I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a little bit tipsy, but I am not drunk. I've come to the end of your messages, guys. There's 27 of you out there, and I've got nothing to reply to. It's down to you now, isn't it? You got to send me messages, or I'm gonna have to go to bed. It says end stream. I can't believe I find it. Oh, Mike Hancock, you still up? How the fuck are you still up? Munchkin Cat. The vegan bastard, you're still there. I feel like we're mates now. You're all sending me messages. Fucking hell, I say it and it has an effect. Alan, mate, I've got to get to bed. That's fair enough, I've got to get to bed as well. For tonight, it's been a good one. I'll look forward to the next video. As I said, the next video, there's no secret. PL7, XB33, Denon 250. Thank you for staying up. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you all, guys. I really do. Where? Much. Yeah. Have you ever connected to? I did have a pair of 250s connected, and I compared them against a pair of JBL Charge 3s. Now, I may be embarrassed to say I prefer the Charge 3s. Why? I found the Charge 3s more open and more airy. The Denon 250s are a classic speaker. They are like sounding little miniature speaker, but they're not open, they're not airy. So when I actually had a pair of each of them, I have to say I did prefer the Charge 3s. I'm drinking Pisco, watching you. Thank you, anybody who's watching me in South America. Nice videos. Hope you don't have to tweak up to. Yeah, I do it. I'm supposed to. I can't believe it's 1:30. I'm still here. And I'm thinking, get to bed, because what are you doing? Yeah, get up to bed and in the morning, get up and you can make some more videos or something. But I don't know. I'm 7.5, aren't I? Cat will still food, exactly. People keep saying, get yourself a cat, get yourself a cat. Oh, you can have a house cat and it never has to go out, blah, blah, blah. But it smells and all that. Because I've always had dogs, as that's the point. Actual quality speaker review is not what people want. They just want to be pleased in their decision by hearing generic things. Your channel is doing pretty well. It's niche. Okay, fair enough. I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. I don't even know what you're talking about. I know a song. So we were talking about, what did you do in your early career? Could have been Elvis in person. I know a song. You don't need a cat. You already have a lovely red bush. That's what I told my girlfriend. How to succeed on YouTube? Clickbait. Yeah, exactly. Clickbait. That's the sad thing, isn't it, about YouTube? They have, if you read about how YouTube rank your videos, it sounds incredible. We look at this parameter, we look at that parameter. The bottom line is clickbait. I mean, it's ridiculous. We're technical and we look at the algorithms and we do this. Clickbait. That's how you beat the algorithm. We are, mate. Take care. Well, take care, vegan bastard. If you're still there, good night. Do you vape or smoke marijuana? Can I say that? I mean, yeah. Can we be mates too? We are both orange. I don't know. I don't know enough about you. I've had 6 cats. Never once had them jump anywhere. Well, how can they not jump anywhere? They don't jump on the tables. That's what cats do. Can be trained. Yeah, I've heard people tell me they can be trained, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get one day. Martin, we are mates. How virtual surround actually works. That is a huge subject. How virtual surround, I assume you mean pseudo surround. It's because we as observers, we are not great at assessing parameters. So the pseudo surround, it manipulates certain frequencies. So it will change the way the left and right is presented to you, and because your ears are expecting to be presented sound in a certain way, it's quite easy to fool your ears into thinking you're hearing something that's more immersive than it is, that's deeper in bass than it is, and in all sorts of ways. I mean, it is a huge subject. Quite honestly, it's very easy to fool your ears, and that's why I personally do my comparisons by making empirical measurements, and that's why I think it's slightly ridiculous that people think their own ears are enough to tell people the difference between speakers, because your ears are very a poor way of telling people how speakers differentiate between. Hello, mate. What's your opinion on the AWA brand? Well, they've been going for years. As I said, I used to have them. I had AWA when they were doing tape decks, and I think they're great. I thought you liked Joe Piscotti. You're most famous about that song. Well, I know him as a magician, isn't it? And high-pitched voice. My name's Joe Piscotti. And he had, high-pitched voice, and he was a magician. From the 6X, what do you think of JBL Party Box? You keep asking me that. It just seems alright, but I haven't tried it. That's it. I've come to the end of all my messages. This seems an appropriate point to say goodnight. Why is this video not in 4K? Yeah, I'm using a 4K webcam, but maybe it's because the laptop's not 4K. As I go into the OBS settings, there's no option for 4K. But quite honestly, are you going to shoot me for this not being the 4K? I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Please consider doing an April's Fool video on April 1st. It'll be hilarious. We'll quite honestly. We're still in March, April. April Fool, yeah. Motion boom over the Raven Neo, yes, I would say. How old are you? Respect, just want to know. Ask me, how old tell me, how old do you think I am? And why does it matter? I will consider April Fool's joke, but everybody knows April Fool's is April Fool's, so what's the point? $37. No, it's rude to ask a name. Nobody asked me my name. 47, and it doesn't matter. Message retracted. I don't know. What's it? I'm old enough. I don't know. There was a funny thing. Old enough to know, blah 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 blah. Never mind. I think we got to the end of it. 38. Yeah. All of the above. What time is it? 1:30 in the morning. I want to say thank you for watching this far, and I'm gonna be shooting off. 46. They're all I can tell you is every guest so far has been wrong. But you know, I'm of the point where I want to be younger than I am, and I kind of as much as I don't give a shit, I'm thinking I don't really want to put out how old I am. Why? I don't know. I'm just really shallow and stupid. 52 in this, what the fuck? Legends are absolutely legends have no age. Good night. Thank you for watching. So I am going to say good night because it's 1:30 in the morning. It's unbelievable that you guys. Thank you. As I said, I am going to tomorrow edit a new video, which I've already told you about. The PL7 blah 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 XP32, Denon 250, and we'll keep moving on. 502. Absolutely, mate. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to say good night to you all.